It's 2 hours of this. I'm just doing this for 2 hours. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Blathering Live. I'm the idiot known as Ken Napzok. This is a show that's kind of an AM radio talk show for a modern age. We go to a lot of different places. Sometimes we get serious. Sometimes we get serious. A lot of times we get silly. Sometimes I just hold up my plush Jabba the Hutt and I just do the show like this. Producer Steve's here. How you doing, Mr. Steve?
I'm doing very good. Thank you, Ken, for having me as always. Happy Saturday to everybody out there. So happy to be here. Happy, happy, happy.
So happy to be here. Jonas is here checking in. Hey. He's been doing some drumming, I hear. Laserbolt is here. Do the names usually have ats in front of them? Never saw before. It does look kind of new. Does that look new to you, Steve, in the comment section? You know you're not in the back end. Well, maybe you are. Are you in the back end?
No, I'm not. I'm not in the back end, only on the backstage, Ken. But the names do have ads on them now, and that's different.
That is different.
Is it a StreamYard thing or a YouTube thing? I just have the StreamYard up.
I don't have anyone who's commented on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, there's one person watching on Twitch. Just leave a comment. Don't lurk. I want to see something. Sean's here. Yeah, it does look new. I don't know. Here's what's interesting. Channel 19's here, but that, of course, is Dave Mackay. David, did you change your username back to Channel 19 here? I knew usually that's your Twitch name. There's a big mystery that started the Super Show here tonight. Mr. LD Speeds is here. That's on YouTube. Okay. It's on YouTube. YouTube, always changing. Oh, yeah, Producer Steve on Twitch. It's just Producer Steve _.
Yeah.
Which means I love that there's another Producer Steve out there. It's like, no one's getting my name.
Some bastard beat me to it, Ken. I was very, very upset when I learned that. Ooh, that was some loud thunder. I hope if that goes.
Oh, okay. We got a new member here, Scarlet Wolf 9974. But I think that's Mandalorian Jedi because I recognize that user. What is happening, YouTube?
That or it's just a burner. She wanted to subscribe on the burner as well.
Did I out her?
Yeah.
All right. Today, I think this is episode 184 of the Blathering Live proper. We're gonna have some fun. Ian Sweeney's here. That's a new name. I love this tonight here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm opening up. Steve, guess what I'm drinking?
Guess.
Guess.
Okay, so it's not a White Claw because we already went down that road last time. Is it? It's not a. Is it one of the? I don't know what the purple. What's the White Claw with the purple text? I don't know the flavors. I've never had a White Claw.
It's not a White Claw. It's not a Zevia, Sean, I think.
Okay. Is it a? Okay, can you at least give me a hint? Skinny can, thick can? Like skinny can or regular can?
Oh, it's thick.
Is it a... Are you a seltzer guy?
No.
No?
Yeah, I am,
Okay.
but no. Liquid death, narcolepsy's not close. But
isn't that just water?
No,
I give
it
up.
is just
I
water.
tried.
It's Coors Light.
Coors Light.
It's Coors Light.
I thought I was a basic bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well... The basic bitch of basic bitches, Mark Ellis, was at the house last night, and Mark travels with his own Coors Lights, and so he downed two of these, and then he left, and he was like, "There's one in the fridge for you." So I was like, "You know what that'd be perfect for? This silly show I'm doing tonight here." So there we go. Here's how it's gonna go tonight. As you always know, you can call in show. In fact, I want you to call in show. Are you a YouTube channel member? You should consider being it. Like Jared, the Dark Jedi 63110. Now he's got numbers by his name. What is happening, YouTube? Are you a Patreon supporter? Like my newest Patreon member, Captain Pepto. Do you know who that is?
I don't. That's a good one. Captain Pepto.
Or is it Count Pepto? Maybe it's Count Pepto. There's a Pepto.
I like Captain better, but yeah.
I love it. So if you're Captain or Count Pepto in chat here tonight, because you're using a username that I don't know, welcome. I'm glad you're a Patreon supporter. There's some cool stuff coming on Patreon. I'm editing today. Oh, that's me. That's Mr. LDS Speeds. Love you. Love to have you here. That's a great username, by the way. Is it Count or Captain Pepto? Just Pepto. I just like the use of Pepto. Count Pepto. Steve, we found Count Pepto.
I like the use of Pepto too, Ken. It does the job.
Coming to the YouTube, or coming to, excuse me, where am I? Coming to the Patreon page, patreon.com/Ken Napzok. This week will start, and then over the next few days, maybe, you guys are all going to get to see sketches that I was in during my time at the Groundlings training program from 2000 to 2002. Steve, I can't wait for you to see it, because the amount of cargo shorts and polos I'm wearing is going to confuse the hell out of you.
I get my revenge finally on all the. Also, yes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That will be very cool. And then also we'll make sure we'll look for any wordplay or any other kind of jokes that we know that you hate now, and we'll make sure we turn all of that around on you.
And yeah. So here's what I've got. I've cut up the show. I'm not sharing the sketches that I'm not in. And I'm trying to, do this, but I'll also kind of be low key, keep in mind a paywall. Not everyone has, I'm not in contact with everyone anymore. So I don't want to put this too much out in the public, but I'm also going to do like a audio commentary track, which I was trying to think, Steve, does that make me an arrogant prick?
If you do your own commentary?
I'm releasing these sketches, and I'm going to also release an audio commentary so that you guys can enjoy and get some insights, and I'll stop and be like, all right, let me tell you why that sketch didn't work. I hope that is that interesting, or does that make me pompous like Jabba the Hutt?
No, I think if just the right bit of self-deprecation is just what that needs. You know what I mean? You can't just go there and you can't just sit down and be like George and have it be like one of Lucas's commentary things where he just kind of like thinks he's educating you about just the art form of cinema while he tells you about his little alien thing here. No, you need to be like, no, this is why. This is exactly why this joke didn't work. Yeah, I think that'd be refreshing.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Yeah, I'm gonna record that. It's gonna be good. Yeah, the first batch of sketches are from 2000, and then I go to 2002. You'll get to see me with sketches with people like Kristen Wiig and Mikey Digg and Nicole Randall Johnson and Tim Blaney. All these people went on to wonderful bits of success in the industry, so it's gonna be fun. But that is on the YouTube, the Patreon page. Where am I, Steve? This Coors Light's already affected me.
You've had like 2 sips. We're on YouTube, by the way. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I think that's all the places.
Yeah, we're on. Anyways, so join the Patreon page over there. First batch, bitches. All right, the cargo shorts thing goes on here. Jonas says, I'm wearing cargos, but that's the uniform of the hardcore scene. I don't run the rules. Jonas gets a pass because Jonas is cool as fuck, Steve. Jonas is covered in tats. He's a drummer in like the hardcore scene. When he wears cargos, it's a statement. When I wore cargos, it was a surrender.
Yeah, for you, it was more of just an understanding that this is where I am. I say be the change you want to be in the world. If you feel that way about cargos, don't give in and feel like you're still wearing them just because you think you need to fit in. Like, quite literally fit out. Or just make sure your clothes fit, period. Because that's the number one thing. Cargo shorts just look like they don't fit because when you have 12 pockets, you can't really form the shape of the thing itself. So it doesn't, unlike a nice slack or a golf short or something where you get a
golf short,
the definition,
double knit buddy rides. And Jared said, Jared the Dark Jedi says, cargos and jorts are having a huge comeback. And this is my problem with younger generations. I'm so there for the younger generations. I want you all to take over, okay? I have contributed money and will again to Kat Abagazale's campaign. I'll probably campaign to Mom Donnie's campaign. I'll probably give some money. I'm here for the next generation, Steve. But you all start claiming fashion trends that we all burned in a pyre for your benefit.
Right.
We do this for you to say this is a no-go. And then you bring them back. I don't understand, Steve. We tried so hard to help you all.
I've personally lived through 2 eras of jorts, Ken, and neither of them went well. So like, this isn't. Folks. It doesn't work. Like, you don't.
I've never worn jorts.
They're not rediscovering anything. Oh no, I unfortunately did, but this is not. Oh yeah, I was like a kid.
Were they pre-made jorts or did you cut your own?
Oh no, I did not cut my own. That was the one. My parents would not buy me clothes that looked like they were cut or had holes in them. Like, they were just by principle against that. They were like, I'm not going to buy you clothes, like, unless they're cheaper because they have a hole in them. I'm not going to buy you clothes that have holes.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I'm already sweaty today because of this beer, but I went. You know what, Steve? I did. I told you off air, but I tell you, I went for a 5-mile walk today with Hal Lublin, the great Hal Lublin of Thrilling Adventure Hour. Our Fortnite buddy, went for a 5.03 walk today. I'm still glistening.
Yeah, so that's got to feel a little. The piggy's got to be a little sore after that 5-mile walk. That's
Oh,
That's a lot.
The first thing I'm doing, one of the things that was left in the house after the transition in my life, is a foot massager.
Attaboy.
Yeah. It's almost as tacky as cargo shorts, but I'm going to sit in it after this show, and I'm just going to rub my feet on that little foot massager, watch something on the old TV, and play some Fortnite later tonight. I want some questions here tonight. I build this as a super show, and that's one because I'm going to go for 2 hours tonight. Usually on Saturdays I'm a little shorter. I don't have a comedy show tonight. I've got my workout done. I've got my editing done today, so we're here for a bit. But I had things planned for you all, not in terms of bits and segments, but I was going to have a lot of different people call into the show tonight. I love when you all call in. I want you to call in. Phone lines are open. YouTube channel members, Patreon supporters. Link the same. Get in here tonight. But I was like, I'm going to bring in some folks and this and that. And the only one who's agreed so far is Alden Diaz of Anytime Again and Alden. He might pop in. And God bless him for doing so. Steve, I got turned down by every person I asked.
I don't know how to make you feel better about that. I mean, I'm here for you, Ken. You know, I'm here for you. I can do the Jerry thing and put on like some wigs and stuff, and I can just kind of like be. If you want me to I can just come off camera, come back with just a different outfit and change a few times. If you want, I could role play for you.
No, that worked. On the show, I couldn't. Where's my cigarette? I couldn't even get Rip Glorton. I couldn't even get Rip Glorton to come on the show tonight.
Oh, oh man, no, I love Rip. That's a character right there.
I accidentally touched my baseball sound cue. Where's my fake cigarette? There's my fake cigarette.
There we go.
There we go.
Nailed it.
All right, so I do have one question to get to. That question's gone too. The fuck's going on, YouTube? What is going on, Steve?
What's wrong now? Oh yeah,
I had a question favorited from Kingsport Cal, channel David's. David says,
"Oh no,
okay,
no, it's not a question."
Yeah, David says, "I can't believe Amelia Clark rebuked her invitation." I'm gonna get Amelia Clark on this show. We're gonna figure this out, okay? We'd have a lot to talk about. All right, Kingsport Cal brought up a show that I am watching, and I know you all. Ken, you don't watch shows. I decided to watch this show because I like the people involved. I liked the topic, at least the pitch of the show, and that's Stick on Apple TV. Are you familiar with Stick, Steve?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's on Apple TV. We all got different apps to watch things on. It is Owen Wilson, Mark Maron, and a cast of others. All up and comers are new to the scene. Lily Kay, they're in this as well. But it is basically you watch it, you're like, oh, they pitched this as Ted Lasso, but it's golf.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of my least favorite shows I've ever watched, and I can't stop.
Wait, so you're officially hate watching this, or is it just a weird
curiosity watching it?
Okay.
I love everyone involved. I'm an old school Owen Wilson fan, man. I'm a Wes Anderson fan from the '90s, like Owen Wilson. Love Mark Maron, my favorite comic today. I occasionally give him a "What's up" at the Comedy Store. I'm too afraid to approach him on any other level. He's a bit of a wonderful grouch. I can't. I have trouble recommending it, Steve. I just don't. And this is why I don't watch shows. Every time you're all out there. Oh, you should watch. It's a hard time investing in it, man.
So is it? I don't know if you do. Okay, so is it a time investment thing? Is it a standards thing, or is it you don't want to invest your time because you don't want to get let down? Like, who hurt you, Ken? What show hurt you, Ken? Like what?
I don't know, because every show that I watch, I like. I'm a Game of Thrones season 8 defender to the point where I'll fist fight you in an alley over it.
Okay, so is that it? Is that what did it wear you down? Is that what
I think it wore me down?
Yeah, that's understandable. We're here for you. It's okay.
In 2019, we'd just gone through. No, we had not gone through Rise of Skywalker yet. Rise of Skywalker's on the way out.
Yep. That was the end of the year.
The second or third episode is the Long Night episode of season 8. I think it's the third episode, the big Battle of Winterfell. And I am moved by this episode. I'm loving this episode. I could see it. My settings just happened to be right. I'm sorry. I know other people couldn't. The show ends. I just kind of do the thing where you go to Twitter, and I saw all the hate for that episode. And I went, Steve, I think you're right. It broke me. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't engage with people. I can't talk. Like, I don't know what you all want anymore. And so I think that broke me, Steve. That's your answer.
Okay. Well, So then it sounds like you need to start with some of these kind of feel-good shows. Did you watch Ted Lasso or stick
No,
through,
and Claudia's
okay.
here. Claudia's here, one of the great sketch performers of our time. I'm watching Stick, and I've heard the Ted Lasso comparison. I don't get it. I don't think they're remotely like. No, I didn't watch Ted Lasso.
Okay.
But you watch Stick, and you're like, oh, they pitched this as that. And I don't think the show rises above that concept. And it's really predictable. Performance is good. Scripts are fine. I don't know. But you know what the problem is, Steve? I like golf. You like golf, right?
Love golf.
Okay. Anytime one of the characters speaks in the show about golf and it's supposed to be like a love letter to golf, I don't buy it. It's not sincere. They're reading lines.
Okay. Yeah. See, Ted Lasso does a good job of it. Like, they don't try to be super soccer-y. They kind of, like, are self-aware about being surface level on the soccer stuff, and it doesn't get too sweaty about the soccer itself. It's surface level on that regard, and just is about the people. So, because and so much of it is so, and it's so, I think Ted Lasso is also so comedy focused that you don't get that kind of icky fakeness in the sport. I totally see what you mean, Ken. That very goes well into what having just watched the F1 movie. There was very much an element of that. Okay. Of like the corniness of the sport versus, because like in every racing movie, there's like, if they shift one more time, Ken, they're just gonna go faster no matter what. You know what I mean? Like that whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about your F1. Yeah. Look, Laserbolt just took a shot at me. Laserbolt just took a shot at me. Let's be honest. Laserbolt says it's almost like people have never seen Ted Lasso making that comparison. And you know what? He's right. But it's the man who's. The middle-aged man who's down and out and primed for a comeback is the trope. And I don't know, Ted Lasso, every commercial in the first season 1 seemed like that to me. And I'm that, right? I sit at home all day alone talking to squirrels. So I don't want to see myself on the screen anymore. Maybe that's it.
I can totally understand a level of that. I still think it's worth a chance because if you can just let it tell the story it's trying to tell you and not try to self-insert too much, Ken.
Okay.
The thing that's great about that show is I genuinely had a smile on my face, probably 75% at the when the credits rolled at 75% at the end of those episodes, I was like literally physically smiling. Because the show just made you happy and good things happen to good people on that show, and that's like one of the lessons it tries to teach you.
But despite the sport of football/soccer being featured, which is the worst sport in the world, it's the worst sport in the world, and I can't get into that sport. So is that going to distract me, Steve?
It's not going to help. It's certainly not going to help. But there is that voice is present in the show, so you can just root for that.
I can be that guy.
You can just be that guy while you enjoy the rest of the show. But there's enough of not just actual soccer stuff in it that makes it. And the characters are so good. The story is good.
But then it's like the third season of Rescue Me, one of my favorite shows of all time. They didn't fight one fucking fire.
Well, no, it's not like that. There's soccer games, but they get you in and out. It's not like they spend a whole episode on just the soccer. You know what I mean? It's not that. But it's only three seasons in and out. It's a quick one too. It's not like you have to invest all this time. You could do it in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to watch it. Okay. No, maybe. All right. You want to get some calls? Let's do some calls here. Now I'm just winding you up. By the way, if you're a soccer fan, watch.
No, I'm not. We're not going to pan. We're not going to pan any further back.
I played 2 years. Any of this. I played soccer for 2 years. Okay. Yeah. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Yeah, Rad's all the Brits in the chat's getting upset. yeah. You guys got upset in 1776. How'd that go for you? No, I'm kidding.
You need to have your, Republicans buy shoes too, Ken. British people watch the Blathering as well, Ken.
British people, I do have some UKers. I have a lot of UKers, and one day I'm gonna have to run over there to live. So yeah, I gotta do it. Romo says I'm a huge soccer fan, but I get your point for sure. Then I don't know if you're a huge soccer fan. If you get my point, you should yell at me. I don't know.
You're allowed to not like. Hey, for as much if we're going to advocate that it's okay to like stuff, then we have to say it's okay to not like stuff. Just don't be a dick about it. Okay.
Yeah, but unless it's me, then it's just funny. I like being a dick. I just like being a dick about it. My old roommate was a former semi-pro professional soccer player, and we would get into fights all the time. I'm like, you just running around a park passing a ball. Fucking score, man.
Okay. Well, he'd yell at the baseball player for saying you just stand there for 85% of the game.
That's a thinking man's sport. All right, let's bring you up on the 2-shot here because we're gonna do a 3-shot here. This is a crossover, I guess. Broadcasting from the heart of one of our nation's greatest states is Mr. Alden Diaz right there in the center. How are you doing anytime, buddy?
Well, Ken and Steve, I'm here outside of Alligator Alcatraz, where DeSantis has said that he said it's great. He said there's beds and showers, so I'm looking for the King Suite. I don't know what kind of deals they're offering.
Look, don't worry, you'll be there soon enough. Just keep walking around in public. All right.
I know. Well, I'm white passing, so when they come knocking, I'm Alden Smith. That's
you might want to go Aaron Smith. I don't know. You might even,
Even Alden might even have too much culture in it.
Right, exactly.
Or the ice guys will be like Solo. I fucking hated that movie.
That Wokon.
Do you have
girls helping?
Yeah. Do you Alden have do you have another ID you can flip to if you need to then? Like an Aaron Smith one.
I wish that I had it on me. I think it's in a box, but I have in my old wallet that has all the memberships I don't use anymore because I don't throw stuff away. Yeah, I have my Hot Topic membership card and stuff like that. I have a replica of the McLovin ID, so I should just keep that on me going forward, just in case. Yes. I think ICE is dumb enough to fall for a McLovin. I feel like that checks out.
And now that we're at the level where we know, or pretty much it's getting to the point where we know that there's just now some jackoffs pretending to be ICE because no one needs to be identified, and they're taking people. Now I'm more worried for you.
Who needs accountability? Who needs badge numbers? Just mask up. Just mask up. And get it
finally.
Done.
Yeah,
and we're deputizing the alligators. I mean, they tweeted out the AI picture of the alligators with the ice hats in front of the fence. That was the whole thing. That was the only thing I saw on Blue Sky today because I was not very active.
Let's take a step back and break that down for a second. The AI generated picture of the alligators dressed as the ice agents. Just they
were wearing cute little ice hats. They were cute little blue hats that said ice on them, and they were standing in line, very
cute little alligator ice hats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was an official government tweet, by the way. That was not. That was not just a fan. Yeah.
I believe it. That was a Sith Lord. Well, he thought it was Jedi Trump on May the 4th, even though he got the lightsaber color wrong.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then tried to change it.
Yeah.
I look like I'm dying. If you're on the audio version, click to the 23-minute. I took a nice shower after my 5-mile walk, but I think I'm doing that post-shower cool down, but I'm drinking this Coors Light. But I look like I'm having a heart attack live on screen here.
I don't think so.
A little worried
You're
about it.
looking handsome. You got a little color.
I did get, you know what? I did get oh, look at that. I got a little burnt. I think I missed some spots with the sunscreen.
You're out there feeding your animals, of course.
A goddamn blue jay is stealing my peanuts for the squirrels.
I caught
it today. I caught it, yeah. Two peanuts right in front of me. Blue jay. Beautiful bird. Stealing the peanuts I put down for the squirrels.
That's because you have a reputation now as being such an animal helper that they know that where the spot is. That's what it is. So. They're all talking. They know that you're a sucker. They're like, he's in a vulnerable state. He's giving stuff away for free.
Alden Ehrenreich's an Ironheart?
He is, yes. He's actually an important Iron Man character in this new show. He is in it.
Good for him.
Yeah,
I like
he's
that
employed. He's booked.
Merlot Line says Blue Jays are a-holes. Most Jays are. Yeah, Jesse Barfield, Lloyd Mosby, George Bell, Ernie Witt, maybe.
Yankee fan, so
yeah, okay. Those are baseball players. I
got it. They're in Ted Lasso?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. I've never seen it. And I never will.
Really? You never seen it? Okay. No. Alden, you've called. You're free to hang here. But do you have a specific question? You're free of the anytime confines. Where do you want to go?
The strict confines of the show that we produce and text. The very strict. The network is breathing down our necks on any time. The morning drive media suits.
Yes.
They're always asking us to hit our spots. Don't worry about HR.
Yeah.
We're getting the deals.
Alden, could you 2 less Dua Lipa references today? Could you do that?
I actually was listening to her before I sat down. No joke.
A little less mention of the Dua. Yeah, were you okay? Where do you stand on Lorde? Let me ask you a question. Where do you stand on Lorde?
I'm Lorde agnostic, both in my life and also specifically with her. I think that she is.
That's good. Almost wordplay.
Thank you. I think that she's good. Certainly. I mean, when Royals was a radio hit, I dug it. I think I mentioned Anytime she did a Bowie cover as part of the tribute after he passed. I think she's talented and cool. You know, I think I like her more than I thought, because now that I'm remembering it, on the Hunger Games Catching Fire soundtrack, she covered Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And it was one of the first, let's do it slow and sad and kind of haunting. And it is excellent. So maybe I do like Lorde, but I haven't listened to like the last 3 albums.
Okay. I trust. That's great. Steve, Lorde thoughts? I like Royals, and I'm not familiar. And she came up, she was at Glastonbury yesterday. I'm sure that's how you say it on Ted Lasso. I was like, should I take the dive into Lorde today? I don't know.
So Lorde's peak, I think, was pre me appreciating the current pop girly kind of dominance we're seeing and resurgence we've seen. My biggest memories of Lorde are, aside from the South Park episodes, are the first time I heard Royals was a little bit after college, and I was outside. We were tailgating outside of a parking lot. And my friend punted a football and hit the back of his head, got a concussion, had to go to the hospital. And I just remember that is like what I associate with this song, was a traumatic head experience for one of my good friends. So
that's nice.
Other than that, she's fine. Okay. She seems nice.
Yeah, I associate. Yeah, I'm not gonna share what I associate. Is it?
No,
yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Too hot. Too steamy.
I heard her in a car.
Oh,
nice. A previous relationship, and you ever just do some things that leave you going, pretty proud of what I pulled off there, and then we were driving to dinner afterwards, and then the Lorde came on, and so I always associate that day with the first time I heard Royals. Does that make me wrong?
No, I mean, we all have look, we're all adults here. We're all adults with needs. I think every person, including people in this chat right now, all have like a Pavlovian response to a song that played during, let's just say, a moment. And I think that is like, for me, it's when the levee breaks.
Okay.
Oh boy, boy, I got some.
That counts as wordplay. You're on a warning. That's wordplay. Okay, but mine wasn't during. It was going to the restaurant after. And I just, you're driving along, and I just had that wow, 14-year-old me would not believe that happened. And Lorde came on. So that's what I'm saying. Okay.
I didn't know Alden was old enough to be in Fast Times, but I guess that might have been Kashmir. That might not have been When the Levee Breaks.
Spiritually, I definitely am old enough to have been in Fast Times. I saw Sean Penn was on Mulaney's talk show for the finale, and he looks like I know he's visited Ukraine during what's happening, but he looks like he saw combat. Sean Penn looks so grizzled. Oh my God. So it's I'm that old. However old he is how I feel.
He's leathery.
Yeah.
Narcolepsy gets what I'm saying. First tracks off the Doors. I also have that relationship with the movie Love Actually, because one viewing I was like, that started and then it finished. Alden, you had a question. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna, we're here. It's a super show. Wanted to call in, hang out with my boys. Wanted to talk about some stuff. But I also did have thoughts. I did have some things that were in my mind. We were discussing the other day, perhaps off air, in a game that people don't think that I play, but I definitely do, called Fortnite, where you and I played together for the first time.
We did. They think you don't play Fortnite because you told everyone you didn't want to play it. Much like if I suddenly put on a polo shirt, you'd be right to question it.
Yeah. No, it's true. There was a lot of anti-Fortnite rhetoric coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we start with Fortnite as our starting point. I was thinking about something you said today. and I was thinking about you talking about, and I'm not saying we're going to do this right now because it would probably have to prep a little bit of we're gonna at some point have a conversation of what skins and items we want in Fortnite. Like who would be the most like that was something that you had said like is percolating in your mind. And it got me thinking today. Now it's gonna sound like a hard pivot, but really stay with me. What if we put the whole cast of the Dinosaurs sitcom in Fortnite with Baby Sinclair as the back bling? And so my question is, how much do you love this idea? And two, is that not one of the greatest sitcoms ever made?
Yes. And we're not the mama. Ken Plume's here. He's accusing you used money to accuse you of ducking him in Fortnite. So
we were all on at the same time yesterday, but we were doing something else.
So what I'm saying is keep ducking him because it's going to make me rich. I'll spread the money around. We're Plume and I are friends with a wonderful, I've mentioned before, Kirk Thatcher. He was the punk in Star Trek 4. He worked on Dinosaurs. I absolutely think it's a seminal show.
It's awesome.
And poignant.
Excellent.
That ending is tragic, but poignant. But perfect for Fortnite. The fact that they've got Squid Game skins right now, and that we're missing the point of that movie again, I think Dinosaurs would fit for it.
And I just think that I purchased during the Star Wars season the Grogu back bling, which remains the best back bling, at least that I have and that I've seen. He's one of the reactive ones. He does his little waves. He eats his macaroons while you're killing people.
Yoda's a good one too because he makes sounds.
Yeah. He coos too. When he skydives, he waves his little arms up in the air. It's fantastic.
Okay.
If you could have that with Baby Sinclair, and he was just like yelling at you or yelling "not the mama" while you're firing away like that, there's money on the table. I love Ken Plume, who has the rights to dinosaurs? Is it still the Henson Company, or does Disney have them? I know that's all.
That's a good question, right? By the time Ken will get on that. When Ken launches his new channel, I'm trying to make him launch figure washing or Muppets Explained, which this would count.
Explained.
The Muppets Explained. The Yoda noises freak me out, says Jared at Nerd Academy Podcast. Absolutely. This is a great idea. Dinosaurs is a hit. This is what I want in Fortnite. I want presidents. Sure. I want the irony of running around with a gun as Abe Lincoln. I want it.
So I was about to say, I was like, who would be your first choice?
First choice for a president in Fortnite, I think the one that makes most sense to me is Teddy Roosevelt, and that's kind of a basic bitch answer, but I think that's where I'd go.
You're right.
Aside from actually having the presidents on there, though, the best thing about not only having let's say you just had to pick, maybe we'll think about this and we can come back to it in 20 minutes, just pick your top 3 or top 5 presidents. But the best thing is actually the different skins you would get for them, right? Like I would want Rough Rider Teddy. You know what I mean?
You're so right, Steve. You're in my head, dude.
Rough Rider
I want D-Day Eisenhower, Rough Rider Teddy.
Yeah,
crossing the Delaware, George. Yes, we need. This is where the gold is.
I want now. Watch this drive, W.
Yes, first pitch W.
That's got to be
W.
That's first pitch W.
Tansuit Obama.
Yes. Oh, this is great. That's the emote.
V-Bucks.
That's the emote for W is now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive.
This is absolutely. Man. This is what we're talking about.
They could resell some and do styles of. You can get Abe Lincoln as he existed, or you can get Daniel Day-Lewis. You can get Teddy Roosevelt, or you can get Robin Williams.
I want Vampire Hunter Lincoln. Give me Vampire Hunter Lincoln.
See, this, the amount of skins.
This is money.
This is absolutely. So who do we know at Epic Games? Let's get on this. You got to get I know you probably get some rights. You got to clear some rights. I understand.
There's no rules anymore, Ken. Are you
kidding
me?
There's no rules.
Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Tansuit Obama's great. Max Headroom Reagan from Back to the Future 2. That might work. That's Narcolepsy's right there.
Oh, there'd be
I
some
think
good
that's
Reagan
great.
ones. Cowboy Reagan.
Jimmy Carter, but you cannot pick up any weapons no matter how much you try. He drops them.
Put Jimmy in a beekeeper suit or something.
He's a beekeeper, and the only thing he's got is a hammer to build a house. He's only in build mode, and he can only build houses.
Oh, there you go, Habitat for Humanity, Jimmy. That's a great skin. And you could get the Habitat collaboration.
Mm-hmm. He functions like Ziggy, where he can throw peanuts at you to heal you. But he can't actually
This is
Ziggy's
the
only MVP this season to me worth hiring. Kill Switch.
Ziggy let us down last night, but yeah.
He did. Ziggy let me down.
Robin's kind of ass too, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. I want Ulysses S. Grant, but as
with the rock
Union General or drunk president, like different skins for that. I think would be good.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the SNL Clintons. All the SNL Clintons and the SNL
sunglasses with
I was gonna say all the SNL Obamas, and then I was like, I really don't think Fred Armisen Obama needs to exist. After a certain point.
Maybe that one goes away.
That was at the end of a time, end of an era.
Oh, Rads,
so that was my starting thought.
Okay, that was your starting. But Rads is right. Go to Senators. Bernie Sanders skin, AOC. I'm on board for all that.
All right, guys.
And then here's the thing too. Sell a Josh Hawley or Marjorie Taylor Greene so you know who the assholes are in the game.
I completely support that, 100%. And I also think that, like, much like, with Jimmy Carter, if you put in someone like Bernie, because I've been saying how annoying it is that we can't drop gold bricks and consolidate our funds to hire people. And it's like Bernie would be able to do that. Bernie would be like, we're going to evenly distribute the bricks across the entire team.
I just love that you're playing Fortnite and you're like, we need socialism here.
We do need the Fortnite Island is missing socialism. You can tell by the fact that there's a gentrified utopian city and then a city called Crime City. That's how you know there's a failing government on Fortnite Island. It's ridiculous. Who's in charge?
That's your starting point. Where do you go from there? Yeah.
So that was my starting point. I was thinking about dinosaurs. It got me thinking about the family. Got me thinking about the baby. And I'm just curious. Ken, you're a TV viewer, despite your reputation. You've seen some shows. Steve, you're a man of culture. I'm not sure what your favorite shows are, but I feel like you have good TV takes. And I'm wondering, we're not talking what the best sitcoms are because that's overdone. I'm talking specifically, who are the best TV families, even if their show is not that great or that well regarded? Because I don't think that like everybody loves Full House, but I wouldn't actually call the Tanners a great TV family. They're kind of whatever, and the best members of the Tanners aren't actually Tanners.
Okay.
The dinosaurs are
qualify? Can I qualify my greatness? Because great could just when we say great, do we mean like this is a wholesome, great little nuclear family that you would want to emulate, or great as in this is a train wreck that I enjoy watching every week?
I think you can achieve greatness in different metrics.
Okay.
Maybe iconic, and even then, iconic is not necessarily great. But
okay, I just want to make sure I was playing the game right. That's all. Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah. This is a great question.
The Belchers is a good one. The Belchers is that's life as a 34-year-old child, a father of one, and one on the way. And the Belchers are life goals for us. Me and my wife talk about it all the time.
Who are the Belchers?
The Bob's Burgers family.
Bob's Burgers.
Never seen a second. Bob's Burgers.
Is so good.
By the way, there's no wrong answer here. Please, in chat.
Well, no, there are some wrong answers. If somebody comes in and says the Griffins from Family Guy, you're wrong.
Okay.
They're monsters.
Sean identifies with the Bunkers. That's a good one. Obvious answer to me is from Jared Banks' family from Fresh Prince. Uncle Phil alone clears. I agree with that. It was said earlier. I will start the bidding at the Cosbys, and the reason I say is I'm an '80s kid, and you can't. We know what happens. To get serious for a second, you all should watch the doc. We got to talk about Cosby. It's still one of the best docs ever out there about this issue too. But you don't know, you don't understand. It's one of those you had to be there, but it was huge. It was huge, and I was in part raised by the Cosbys. And I even have a joke I sometimes bust out of in my small suburban white town, there was 2 black families in town, my friend Cornelius and the Cosbys every Thursday at 8. And that's 100% true. It opened up the world in ways I didn't understand. So that makes everything that happened after even that much more worse and tragic. So I'm going to put that out there so we don't have to address it, but I still would say Cosbys are number 1 for me.
You're right.
We can move on to other choices.
As Jared said in the comment, the fictional Huxtables are within the world that exists, and the reason what got me thinking about it obviously was the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's right. I said Cosby, but the Huxtables. Thank you, Jared. For clarifying that.
The Huxtables versus the Cosbys, but it's because that's one of those things, right? That was in a time when we used to name the show after the actor, even if it was not that.
Oh yeah.
In the actual thing, Even like Seinfeld is that to a certain extent, where like it's named Seinfeld and he is Jerry in the show, but like they're not the same guy. That's technically, like, but that's part of what got me thinking is that you look at these families, but then you look at the greatest sitcoms ever, and they're usually friend groups and found families. I think we gravitate more toward in general the Cheers bar, the Frasier crew, the Parks and Rec staff, the How I Met Your Mother gang. The Friends gang, even though I don't like that show, is undeniably an iconic sort of template for like what we had. And so we moved away from the family ones, except for I guess animation has kind of kept that alive. Modern Family, I didn't watch that, but like people would say that.
I watched first season.
That's a good, decently modern one. Yeah, modern.
Yeah. Modern Family. The Addams is
Ken Bloom. The Addams. Yeah.
If I was going wholesome from at least from like childhood, the one I would have nominated at least that was important to me was the Matthews Family from Boy Meets World. I thought that was a good. I mean that was especially from having an older brother and everything. There was a lot of stuff going on there that connected as a child. That was a good wholesome family for the most part. A lot of good life lessons as a child of the '90s. That was a good show to kind of teach you some of those things that you didn't necessarily want to ask mom and dad about. You could watch it on Boy Meets World first to get an idea of what the hell was going on.
Alan Smithy said that '70s show, and I would agree with that. Like the Foremans, they're a cool family, and like they, Kitty, Red, Eric, Lori, but then obviously they let all the losers hang out in their basement. That like kind of fills out everybody. Like, again, that's another one where it's like you gotta caveat that there's a not good person in that cast, of course, as we know.
A couple,
in a vacuum, but then again, they're even better parents because that was the early qualification of, hey, if they're just smoking weed in our basement, at least we know they're just in our basement smoking weed and the kids are okay. You know what I mean? Like that's the unspoken part of Red and Kitty that doesn't get talked about enough. I think underrated.
Absolutely, like they were not stupid. Like they knew what was going on. Even and the times when they almost caught them, they knew they caught them. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Schitt's Creek. That's such a good one.
That's Shit Family. Yeah, I think that's good. What?
Yeah. I mean, again,
Home Improvement.
Thing, like,
I have a total left field one.
Okay.
Just because, again, from a train wreck that you enjoy watching every week and seeing how the family evolves, the Draper family and Mad Men.
Look, man, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on Mad Men.
Get started. What do you feel about this?
What do you mean? No, it's my favorite show of all time.
What?
Show of all time is Mad Men. Yep.
Steve, it's in my top 5, man. It's in my top 5 shows. Right, I love this show. I'm so glad to hear this. The Drapers are, while it's not a sitcom, they might as well be in some ways. Like it's just like the constant shenanigans of this family. The stuff that Don puts this family through. Don Draper falls into my favorite archetype of like guys that can't deal with anything, so they splinter their identity. Like it's him,
literally.
It's, Saul Goodman. It's like even Batman to a certain degree, and John Hamm should play Batman. James Gunn, call me, please.
Okay.
Batman is a genius show, and everybody should watch it. But the family from Bluey.
Bluey's a good one.
Really
David's got that one there. Yeah, that's good. What about the Connors? Roseanne aside.
I mean, I'm
taking the real Roseanne aside, but just what the show.
OG Roseanne. Yeah.
OG Roseanne's a great show.
That was the best show. That show I always thought was like that set. That was the most realistic TV set of any TV show I ever watched. Like no one's apartment. No one knew anyone who had a place that looked like the Friends apartments or anything. At least not in New York City like that, or like the House from Modern Family was super nice. The Roseanne living room looked like every living room I played N64 in on someone's like Saturday morning.
Oh yeah.
That's what I appreciated about Roseanne.
That's another thing
family for answer. Good one, good answer. Okay.
Oh, that's a good pull.
No, hit me.
But what you're talking about, Steve, though, is a great point where it's like, and this happens in movies too, especially in rom-coms, but like the people in these shows afford things inexplicably. Like they all live upper middle class, if not straight up white collar. And like you look at like the apartment in How I Met Your Mother that Ted and Marshall have, and then eventually just Ted. And it's like Ted is an architecture professor. And it's like, and he's got this like immaculately cool apartment in Manhattan on his own dime. He doesn't come from money. They were just regular college students and all the flashbacks, and it makes no sense. I feel this way about Shrinking too. Shrinking that I do watch, which is from some of the Ted Lasso team as well. Those are people that work in academia, and they all have like the nicest houses in Pasadena. And like I don't understand like how that tracks. But
It's a living.
yeah, that's a great show. If you haven't watched Shrinking, Ken, I know
it's on my list. It's on my. It's on my.
He's never gonna watch it.
No, it's on my.
He might because of Harrison. He might because of Harrison.
Yes,
that's fair. That's fair.
And I do like what's his hope, the Jason Segel, right?
Yeah,
I like him. Yeah, so it's on my. I will consider one day watching this when I'm done rewatching the docs.
So for the third season that they're shooting right now, they cast Jason Segel's father, and it's going to be Jeff Daniels. So we're going to get Jeff Daniels and Harrison Ford together, and that's
that's cool. That. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Plume says I'm going to watch Shrinking after watch DS9.
No, he'll watch Shrinking before he watches.
Here's the thing that the DS9, the DS9 pushers in the Blathering audience,
Jared's
they don't
not
understand.
Here. Shoot your shot.
Is that you're never going to get him to do it, which I've said before. But also, you're not attacking the Ken problem from the right angle. You can't try to get him to watch the Star Trek that you like the most. You have to curate. You have to curate the Star Trek to him. You enjoyed the Abrams picture, right?
I did. I enjoyed the Abrams picture. It's a good Abrams picture.
So from that angle, you should be watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, which is the Spock Kirk era that you know, with a 60s vibe. It's fun. It's flirty. 10-episode seasons. You're in and you're out. It's not. I'm not asking you to watch 7-8 years of heavy arcs. There's a musical episode, which maybe isn't a good selling point for you. But it's rocking, dude. Strange New Worlds is the best Trek.
Okay.
The best.
All right. But here, Steve, the kid's got a point here. He's listening to me. He listens to me. He's not trying to wedge it in, giggity. And I
don't send you anything to recommend. I don't recommend you diddly unless I feel that there's an angle that.
And you nail it. You nail the music recommendations.
I do.
Okay.
So far, you haven't taken a movie rec from me, so we don't know.
I think you should write down the Ken problem, Ken, as just put that on the list for things to call your special or whatever just add that for your 50th thing. Yeah, just put that on the list.
Ever learned to be funny?
The Ken problem.
I was. Alice Smithy did bring up the Brady's, and that's an all timer. Does it hold up for you guys in a younger generation? I didn't watch. I was the Gilligan's Island kid. Didn't watch a lot of Brady Bunch. I lived around the corner from the house for about 6 years. That's my only connection to the show.
I was a little too after my time. I mean, Steve, you and I are close in age, so probably the same for you. I mean, like
I associated the Brady Bunch with Nick at Night, and I was just like, God damn it, when is Nick at Night going to be over so like SpongeBob can come on? So
I feel that.
Right, but
SpongeBob is a sitcom though, and that also is one of the all-time great sitcoms at this point.
There you go. But I think if you remove yourself from some of that, like I do think the Brady's stand the test of time in that regard for those that they reached.
Me and our generation a little bit. I think like the movie that came out in the 90s, right? Yeah, that was like that kind of like that still always confused the hell out of me because I can see that and then look at like the show and be like, wait, which is which? Because just because Marsha from the show and from the movie looks so damn similar to me, so that threw me for a loop as a kid. I didn't know what weird space-time continuum the Brady Bunch.
I had the same problem with Little Rascals because there's the Little Rascals film that we came up on that is just an adaptation of the show that like my mom watched when she was a little girl, and I also had that where like my mom, I would watch it. My mom would be like, "I watched this when I was a kid," and I'd be like, when you like it just didn't compute in my brain. But they're same with Addams Family. I'm sure some people thought that the Barry Sonnenfeld, right? That did the Addams Family movies.
I think so.
Are how can there be fans that have gone on this long?
There's another good one in the chat. What about the Always Sunny game for a family? That's another one of those.
Are any of them related? I mean, it felt
not officially. Not by blood.
Wait, aren't.
Well, Dennis and Dee are sisters.
Dennis and Dee are related.
Yeah, on the grand scale. I mean, look, that's the greatest, might be the greatest family of all time. All right, I'm going to try something here. These are great thoughts here. I edited on the fly. I'm going to see if I can add a call. I can't take the camera shot because it's too crowded. I'm going to add a call. I'm going to add Jared from the Nerd Academy podcast, Jared the Dark Jedi. But let's see if my on-the-fly editing worked here. All right, here we go. Nope. All right. It's just 4. Oh, wait. Oh, now I'm cut out of my own show.
Welcome to the Blathering with Jared Buck and Stubbs.
All right, we'll do this. Jared's camera ready, so
he's in there.
He's there. I gotta build all the contingencies for all the possible callers. But anyways, Jared, welcome to the show. I want to hear what your question is, but also there's been a lot of bullshit to react to from us. So where do you go?
Well, first thing, I love the sitcom family discussion. I'm not as well learned in sitcoms, so I think I'm just going to stay firmly with the Banks family.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, it's an easy one for me because Fresh Prince. Cargo shorts are hilarious. That was at the beginning of the show. I wanted to ask you guys, Alden. I kind of know your answer because I've been hearing about it off and on.
Well, hold on. Don't speak for me. All right, ask yourself. I want to know. I'll decide that.
Sure. The past couple weeks, I won't get into details. My mom had a bit of a health scare, and I spent most of the week with my family down their way. I live about 40 minutes away from them. And while I was there, I went spelunking in our attic looking for some of my shit. And I found my PS3, brought it back to life. Thankfully, it still works. And got busy today playing Soul Calibur 4 for the first time in maybe 10 years. Like actually sitting down and playing it. I wanted to know what are games for you guys that you like by virtue of, you know, the built-in obsolescence of everything makes everything feel kind of expendable. So like not every game is easy to get back to, especially something that's as mired in like licensing rights to Soul Calibur 4 because of the Star Wars stuff in it. What games, like, if given the opportunity, you'd be like, oh, I'm dropping everything and I'm playing this all weekend. Nobody bother me. If you're like given the chance to just go back to it, or as like a comfort game, like, oh, when all else fails, I know I'll have a good time with this. And that's why
you actually do know the answer to mine because I'm doing it right now.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I'm replaying right here, actually, in the chat, right there. I'm replaying Mass Effect, the trilogy, because you can, if anyone's interested in playing them, you can buy them together as the Legendary Edition that includes all three, every DLC, everything. Mass Effect, to me, when there was no Star Wars, no disrespect to Clone Wars, but like when we were in the second dark time, that was Star Wars for me. Like that was events. Those games are beautiful storytelling. For those that don't know, the gimmick at the time, other games have done this since, but at the time it was that the promise when Mass Effect 1 came out was that the decisions you made in 1 would carry into the promised 2 and 3. And they delivered on that for the most part. I mean, there are, you know, you can just have, people can die and you just don't see them in the next ones. And so you can play it a bunch of times and get a different narrative experience every time. I'm playing it right now. I know it like the back of my hand. I still find little conversations and little things that I've never found. And they're the best.
Okay. That's a great answer. There's some in chat while you all form your answers. It's a great question, Jared. Because it's not just, to me, your question, Jared, isn't just, hey, what's your favorite game of all time? Like GoldenEye. You're talking about if you could relive, you could play it like all it is. But to me, I'm also taking it as, if I could play this again for the first time, what would I do? What would I give to do that, experience that? Hal Lublin says Mass Effect, definitely. Hal and I still recovering from our 5-mile walk today.
5 miles, Ken.
5 miles. We went 5 miles, 5.03 miles, Hal and I. I think this is a great one, even though I didn't play it. For fandom.
That's a fun cut.
Alan said Ghostbusters video game 2009, which is for the most part canon. It was pitched as canon. I know some things have changed, but I had to do a big article for fandom, and I had to like kind of go through all that game. And I was like, this game's kind of cool. I'm a huge Ghostbuster fan, so I think that's a great answer. Hal says he was just trying to keep up with me. We sprinted at one point. Hal also says Sony Spider-Man 2 game. That's a good one. Any Metal Gear games, which is weird for Lazybolt to play because he spends hours flying planes on flight simulator games. I would think he'd want to do that. Crash Bandicoot, classic game there. Steve, where do you go?
So Mass Effect is a really good one. I just wanted to, my 2 cents on that was go Birds, Hal. I also did not play I did not play Mass Effect when it came out. I just missed the boat on Mass Effect. I was just not. I don't know why. I don't know what happened on it.
Yet. It was also just before my time. Yeah.
You were busy pulling girls, I'm sure, no doubt.
I played sports games a lot when I was like a teenager because that was like my
puller
way
of
of
girls. Yeah.
That was my.
He was
I've been
getting,
with my wife
he
for
was getting
15
ass.
years.
Oh, never mind.
Been with my wife since I was 20 years old.
You've been with your wife since
anyway.
I was 14.
Anyway,
right, so
but I got the Legendary Edition because I'm a PC gamer, right? I have consoles too, but I go PC kind of first, and so don't get me started on that, Ken. But
we've all sinned, Steve.
I've never told a lie. I have EA's. I do like the subscription thing, so I don't pay $60 for every game like where I can. So I have the EA pass because I play the sports games. So basically, if I play FIFA and Madden, it pays for itself. Because if you pay for those individually, they're $60. I pay $100 a year for all the EA games. So I have access to any EA game basically on Game Pass, on EA's version of Game Pass.
Time out.
So yeah,
time out.
So yeah,
wait,
okay.
time out. Is it just $100 a year?
I pay $99. I pay $99 a year, and I get to play Battlefront 2. I get to play any Madden, any FIFA of that year, all the EA games. I can F1, all the That's what I play.
Why am I
on
not doing that?
Yeah.
Why am I not doing that? Okay, carry on.
I think they actually do have it for PS5 now, by the way. But anyway, so that's how I found the Mass Effect Legendary Edition last year, and I played through Mass Effect 1, and I thought to myself, holy shit, this is the best first game experience I've had since my actual answer, which is Knights of the Old Republic. If I could go back and relive and not know anything, again, I know we're all a bunch of Star Wars dudes, so this is a little cliche.
Sure.
But if I could just not know a game ever again and play it again, it would totally be Knights of the Old Republic, because that game just changed me from and I was so against the level of combat at the time because I was a kid. I wanted something a little more action oriented than the turn-based stuff that Knights of the Republic gave you. But the story is just so good, I did not care. And then I got Jedi Academy like 2 years later, and I still play that to this day. So I got my lightsaber combat, fun
Jedi
game.
Academy is a great one.
I love Jedi Academy.
I was going to say, I just started playing KOTOR for the first time. Obviously, I already know. It would be impossible for me to not know. What happens? I didn't play Jedi Academy until I was like 17, but I played Jedi Outcast all the time as a kid. I love Jedi Outcast.
Yeah.
I love Jedi Outcast.
Jedi Academy is part of what got me into like PC modding in a sense, or in like the PC gaming scene, because Jedi Academy has lived on in a multiplayer sense to this day, because there is some amazing mods that put all the movie and like you can play as Ahsoka, you can play as Kylo Ren, you can play as all these.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, it is so cool. I've done several, and now I just go through and play the regular game as Rey, as Kylo Ren, and just do all these different characters and just play it like that. It's so much fun. Yeah.
I've no knowledge of any of these games. It's just impressive. All of you.
Ken, are you familiar with the KOTOR twist just by osmosis? Like you are.
Yeah. I've listened to enough angry guys in cars to talking about Star Wars.
For sure.
Heard about how
it's sort of like
themselves haven't played the game, but heard a guy who played the game.
Or just
that's how I met
nerding Reddit.
That's how I met Steve. Steve is Angry Car Guy 9, and I was like, get in here. No, I joke about with Kevin Smets, who's a big KOTOR guy, has his fan film out there.
Yeah.
I joke with him all the time, but I get why people like it. Like I understand. I just never played it. I missed it. So
no, for sure. Just asking, because to Steve's point, like if you could erase it from your mind and replay it again, it's sort of like it's the sixth sense of games in that way.
Some other great answers in chat. Narcolepsy says NHL 94. NHL 94 would be on my list as well. Hal Lublin says NHL PA for 93 for Genesis. The Goonies going back to NES. And then then on the EA Pass, the only catch is EA games are added at the end of the sports perspective season. Can you confirm?
Not true. That's not true. I play Madden every year. No, it's actually the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. I have the EA Pass. I get to do it. I get like all the pre-order goodies as part of the pass that I have. This is not the. Again, let's clarify. There's a cheap one, and then there's the $99 a year one. The $99 a year one is the one that I have, and that gives you. I get pre-order bonuses on Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I got to play that 3 days early. Like however all those things work.
Okay.
All that jazz. Yeah, that's how I played through all that. So
I'm gonna, if I stop buying 5-pound bags of peanuts for squirrels, maybe I can afford it. Rogue Squadron 2. Alan Smithy's right.
I love
Mario
Rogue
Kart.
Squadron.
Mario Kart. Yes.
Mario Kart 64
Yes.
it might be one of the greatest games of all time. Alan says I go destroy you all in that game. Yoshi rules. Yeah.
We're gonna do a video game bracket. We're gonna do a video game bracket.
We are gonna do a blather bracket on that. The thing with Mario Kart, I'm really good at Mario Kart. I'm not disciplined, and I start taking real wild swings. I'll try to do a leap over something that I shouldn't, and I always end up in 8th place. Like I'm that. I don't know if they addressed that in the F1 picture that you just saw, Steve. But I'm a risk taker when it comes to racing.
A little bit.
Yeah.
There's a few banana peels, but I was too busy looking at Brad Pitt. But anyway,
As you should. Ken Plume says I can pick up a tool around Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's another good. This is great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, and specifically for me, like sports games. I'm a big sports guy too, but Red Dead's always my answer. But I wish I'm replaying Red Dead 2 slowly, and it's still my favorite game, but it's not the same as the first time you go through that story, and it unravels in front of you. So I'd like to do that. I played Mass Effect 1 house sitting for a friend of mine, so I never owned it myself, but I really enjoyed that. I was really pulled in by that. That's a great answer too, Alden.
Fantastic, man.
All right.
Fantastic. And I'm surprised that this whole section has gone by and I have not mentioned SmackDown versus Raw. And the only reason I haven't mentioned it now that I'm trying to is like, do I choose the original? Do I choose 06, 07, 08, or 09? Because it could be any of those for me because I had them all.
I think I played 09.
Those were some of the best games. With the story modes had the most insane booking that you would ever experience. It was like WWE on crack when you played those levels. It was just like there would be like a murder mystery, and they would treat it like a shoot. Like Teddy Long gets run over in one of the storylines, and you have to be like, "Who killed Teddy Long?" Like it's nuts.
Love that. Love that, and I love crack. Laserbolt says I should get back into Tony Hawk. I fired up Tony Hawk the other day. Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remastered version. Played for about 2 minutes and went, I think this game passed me. I love this game. I streamed it like 2 years ago, but I think I don't have the skills to mash those buttons to do it. It's sad. You got to face that sometimes.
that's how I feel every time I play Rocket League with my boys. Like when we do tournaments at night, I'm like, damn it, these kids have just passed us by, guys. We just don't have it anymore.
I love the forlorn like wisdom inside of what you said, Kevin. You were like, you got to face that sometimes. It's like Tony Hawk is a metaphor for everything.
Yeah, sometimes
to face your own futility, your own fallibility.
Yeah. Look at Laserbolt says, "Oh, I should watch his Tony Hawk videos so I don't suck anymore." Okay, if you can teach me how to ollie oxen free with 2 buttons, I'll do it.
And you said Laserbolt plays like flight simulators.
His channel, which I always recommend people should check out, Laserbolt Vids. He has his Friday Night Flights, and he does other. He has a variety channel. But yeah, he and his buddies, they fire up, they live stream a flight, and it's a real time flight. So it's a 2-hour stream, it's a 2-hour flight. It's fantastic to watch.
Laserbolt, were you a good Squadrons pilot? Did you ever play Squadrons? Because I sucked in Squadrons because I'm not a first-person gamer in general. So when they announced that game, I was like, "Yay!" And they were like, "And it's cockpit the whole time," and I was like, "Oh." And I was ass at it. I had fun in the story, but I was ass at that game.
Yeah. Oh, that game's totally dead now. Unfortunately, like on the multiplayer side, it's really hard to find a match now. But it is so, man. I literally got my computer upgraded and got myself a VR headset so I could play that game. So I had the VR headset, I had the HOTAS joystick, so I had a stick, I had a throttle.
Wow.
I was like 7-year-old me, Alden, was so goddamn proud of myself. Like the first time I booted up that game because I was like, this is it. Like this, I'm in an X-wing.
There are moments in it, like as they were teaching you things in the story. Like the first time you have to do the Poe Dameron Last Jedi drift. In the story.
Oh yeah. You feel
very
so,
sad.
You feel so good about
I was
yourself.
like, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. And then you go online and
but then when you play online, there's some people who are just that's how any game is online with that. But yeah, you get humbled quickly, and then nowadays it just hasn't had the retention, unfortunately.
Laserbolt,
there's a few, but
Laserbolt is he's winning all of this. He has a full home cockpit that works with it. He has a home cockpit.
Wow.
Laserbolt,
did you ever?
What the hell is a home cockpit?
I'm ignorant to some of Laserbolt's history. Were you ever actually a pilot? Did you ever consider it?
I think his dad was a pilot. I think if I remember correctly, but I'll let him answer.
Laserbolt hangs out in the woods and smokes meats, Alden, usually, when he's not.
Laserbolt is like that guy that you want
when you say it like that.
And then there's an emergency, and then he's like, I got this. I game.
I bet. I bet. I don't want to go into like Nathan for you, whatever that dude.
Oh, it's a
show
rehearsal.
is.
Yeah.
I bet Laserbolt could land a plane if we were on it, like
If you had to,
jetliner.
probably.
Yeah,
I
bet
could
he
do it. I could do it. I've thought about this several times, Ken. If I was on a plane, like not the really
Like,
big
I'm-
ones, but like the commuter
So
jets.
confident. He's so
I'm talking
I've
a
looked around-
747. I'm talking
I
about
could.
a Southwest flight to Vegas.
Yeah, no, I could do it. Like you give me like a Bombardier, like 757 little like commercial jet with like the 2 engines in the back. If they were like they're like, hey, the pilot just had an aneurysm. The other pilot has been drinking Jack Daniels all morning because he wasn't expecting to fly. We need someone to land this plane. If you just, I could do it.
Is anyone
I could do
here
it.
good at Star Wars Squadrons? Anyone here good at Star Wars Squadrons?
I think I could
I
help
have some
organize.
flight simulator
I think I could help
experience.
get
I
the
could do
people
it.
going where they need to go, but I am not the kind of white.
I think I can help
I have
organize.
played enough.
Please stop.
I have played
Please
enough
stop.
Microsoft Flight
No, I
Simulator that
could.
if I had the keys to a Cessna, like just your run of the mill little Cessna airplane, I could
Okay.
steal a Cessna. I could get it in the air. I don't know if I could get you somewhere and navigate it, but I could get it in the air. 100%.
Steve is like a little boy in
Steve is
Dial of
on one.
Destiny.
What you're saying is, yeah. So I think Vermont might say the big ones can land themselves now. Yeah, I'm almost confident. No, I'm not. I'd crash the plane. But we need. So so this transitions into: are we forming some sort of Ocean's 11 team to steal something? And are you our pilot, Steve?
I'm the
You're
driver.
a driver.
Yeah, I'm whether it's the car or and in any game I play with all the boys, I'm always the driver, the pilot. Like that's my role in the crew. Like if we're playing Fortnite,
you
if
the
we're playing
Fortnite driver?
Warzone, I'm
Okay.
no. When in Fortnite we let Plume drive because then I just look at TikTok the whole time.
Oh
That's
yeah,
already- that's
I
how
get
it
so
went.
much
So
work done. I get so much work
Bad
done.
drivers. In
When
our
Plume's
friend group.
driving,
Right.
I can check
No, if
emails.
you need a driver,
I can do.
Alden,
yeah,
if you need a Fortnite driver, call me. I'm a very good video game driver. I'm a pro video game pilot for like Call of Duty, Fortnite, all those things. Just let me know.
Those Bombad
Scotty-
boys.
That's my
cannot drive.
role.
They drive like they
that
have a
doesn't surprise
death
me at
wish. And it's
Oh
kinda
yeah,
terrifying.
Scotty of Bombad is perhaps the worst Fortnite driver I've ever been in a car with.
It's insane.
I drive the way Anakin Skywalker flies. Like it's
Yes.
a little scary if I'm behind the wheel, but you get where we're going and we get there fast and we get there efficiently.
I am so glad we went down this rabbit hole of the Oceans team because I'm big like Jared's not allowed in my zombie apocalypse group if I ever need one, but I never put as much thought into like crime, and so it's good
Right.
to know that I have Steve for this because I'm a talker. I can
So
run,
you're the front man. Yeah, okay.
I'm the front. Yeah, I'm like
Alden get us
Okay.
past security kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like not to toot my own horn here, but I will. But like in like Japan, somebody asked me like, "Oh yeah, did you get into this panel? Did you get into?" I was like, "Yeah, I got into every panel." They're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I have access to every panel."
Because you have
They
a
were
mouth.
like, and it's like because I just talked about it. Same in Anaheim. They did that Mandalorian experience that was ticketed. I walked right up to the table. I spun a web.
So
I talked to the people that were working it. I convinced them that I had to be in there, and they walked me in past the line.
Okay.
They were like, "He
Okay.
needs to be in there."
All right.
Like,
I look, you're like Dorina. Dorina gets into any, same with Josh McCouga, Tom Dagnino, Bobby Finstock. They talk. There were so many times at Comic-Con, Josh would text us, "Hey, Tom and I are walking over," and we'd be like, "Dude, you're not going to get into the party." Like Petco security, and then you turn around, they'd be in line with drinks. It happens.
I have a shameful admission on that. I paid
Okay.
$200 to get into the Rise of Skywalker trailer reveal at Celebration because I didn't actually get. I wasn't on the lottery. I missed out on the lottery. My lottery thing was for the virtual room, and me and my wife were like, we didn't come all the way to Chicago to sit in a room and watch the Rise of Skywalker trailer from another room. So I was on the Celebration Discord and I was like, yo. Anyone who won the lottery for the Rise of Skywalker, like up $200, met the dude in a windy alley right before the thing, and then you know what, Ken? All the damn things blew over, so they didn't check anyone's ticket anyway, so I got fleeced regardless. But hey, I was in the damn room when this. I was in the room. I was in the fucking
You were there
room. That's all I
for
care
You earned
about.
your money.
There.
I was there. I was there for Colbert. Oh yeah, I was there for
I
it.
respect
I was there.
that hustle so
It's a good
goddamn.
hustle.
I was like,
much.
babe,
good
we did
hustle.
not come to Chicago to sit in the virtual room. We are
That's
getting in this
badass.
room.
And she was like,
That's badass.
I thought we came to Chicago to see Force Center live. And you're like, fuck that noise. We did that. We're done.
Or Center
Laura-
live at the Alulu Brewery.
Yeah, which is I still have the emails. Romo is pretty bad at Fortnite driving. That's true. She gets lost easily. So my buddy Cade is here. I want to shout out Cade. We recently had them on the Blathering. We did an interview about the upcoming Project Quarter Life Crisis. I was at the premiere Wednesday. Just an amazing experience. Cade and RB3, a lot of you know RB3, Butler the Third, have put together just an amazing full-length feature film documentary / comedy. It's part real doc, part mockumentary. It's hard to tell. My character is a character I play, and I'm pretty sure the audience hated me, and so no one would talk to me afterwards because they were like, that Jordan Peterson asshole is right there. Don't look at him. Anyways, we'll keep you updated on Quarter Life Crisis. But Kate asked a question. Steve, you said the rehearsal. It's very informative for pilots. I kind of want to enter a rehearsal conversation. I haven't watched this. I don't like this guy. And I want to know if I'm wrong about this. Have you three watched the rehearsal with the Nathan For You, whatever the hell his name is?
I've not seen it.
It's Nathan Fielder, who his first show on Comedy Central was Nathan For You. So
Nathan For You, right.
Then he does the rehearsal. He's got a couple other projects too. The rehearsal, I watched the first season. I have not seen the second season. I will say I don't have an issue with him as a human, but I can completely understand why you or anyone else would. He is unequivocally an insane person, and like we're almost lucky that he's in entertainment and like didn't decide to just become a criminal.
The vibe I get from him as someone who's only seen like a couple Nathan For You clips online here and there is that this guy has the capacity to be a real life the Joker. Is kind of the vibe I get from the mythos around him.
He's like undeniably like extremely driven and detail oriented, and like one of the Nathan For Yous, like the one that got my attention was when there was that struggling coffee shop, and like Nathan For You, for those of you that don't know, the premise was that he would help businesses and have these different ideas,
right?
And there was a struggling coffee shop, and so he approached them with his business plan, which was by exploiting parody law, he rebranded the store to be Dumb Starbucks. And everything in the store was just the dumb version of a Starbucks thing, and it took off. And so it's like Comedy Central paid for all that, and the rehearsal is the next level of that, where instead of helping businesses, he's helping actual people prepare for scenarios in their life.
Okay,
and it's it's psychopathic in a lot of ways, and where the character starts and ends is.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to have to take the dive, because this isn't a question about whether I think he's talented or genius or funny. I accept a lot of people I respect. One of my friends even produced Nathan For You. So I just and this isn't me not liking soccer or Ted Lasso because I've seen 2 seconds of a trailer. I don't like comedy that plays with people's trust, and I get a sense that that's a lot of what's going on. It's
for sure.
Like, and I'm not calling him a pranker, like he's on the Prank Yankers or some kind of show like that. I know he's above that. I know he's a higher class than that. But it just is one of my little pet peeves. Pranks are taking the one currency we have between us, which is trust, and shitting on it, and I don't like it, and I actively fight against it. And so I know he's not pranking people, but I know he's kind of playing with the realities, and so it off-put me. And so I've been so distant, but I had a conversation last night with Mark Ellis, who was like, I think you should at least watch the first 3 episodes of the second season. After that, I pulled out 2, but maybe you should check that out. So Kate brought it up. I was just wondering.
It's interesting. Like, to your point, like there is a level of pranking that I think is stupid, like Punked, just like things like that were about, let's catch people off
and I know he's not. I know he's not that.
And that's not that. But it is in the same family. It's like, because like the first rehearsal episode, if I'm remembering correctly, is a low stakes one, and it's a guy who goes to him for help. And the guy's problem is that he's on a trivia team of people with like master's degrees and PhDs, and he only has a bachelor's, and he's lied to sound more qualified than he is. And he wants Nathan to give him the confidence to confess that he's not as qualified. And so like Nathan Fielder has the team at HBO build an exact replica of the bar where they do trivia. They fill it with extras. The whole thing is like, can you do a moment in your life before it happens? To make sure that you're ready. The second season,
I know that they build an airport terminal. Like I get, I think I'm just gonna have to take the dive for myself and form a thing. Laserbolt says, had a great time watching Super Show. Thank you, Laserbolt, for the generous super chat, my friend.
Somewhat similar to that premise, Alden, I think I vaguely remember you and I talking about this once, but I could be hallucinating that. Did any of you guys watch American Vandal? It was a Netflix show that ran for 2 seasons.
I know it.
Nick Mundy was in it. Yeah, a lot of folks I know were in that. Yeah, it's great. I like the first season. Yeah,
I revisited the first season. Only a couple episodes come to find out that Lou Wilson was in it, of Dropout and Jimmy Kimmel fame, which I didn't realize that until like I got super into Dropout stuff. But it's called American Vandal, Steve, and it's this very, very funny mockumentary on Netflix where they're basically taking the like Netflix murder doc format and like kind of genre convention.
Okay, yes. Is this the kid that was drawing?
They draw the dicks.
Yes, I remember now. Yep. Yes, I remember now. Totally remember.
I don't know why that got me to American Vandal.
Yep.
That was also something
I just totally forgot the name of it. Yeah.
Ken's alley, because I don't know. I don't know if that's too surreal and weird for Ken, or if that's something you actually.
No, because I enjoy satire, and that was good satire. Yeah, it's not the prank stuff is kind of what you're talking about, all the like that Punked and stuff. Which ironically, Mark Ellis was on the final seasons of Punked as a cast member. So that's that. And Kate says American Vandal was a big inspiration for RB3 and me making Quarter Life Crisis, and it shows. And it's great. Yeah, it was so fun to be in a theater. And Kate's being polite and saying people laughed at my scene. They were off put because quite frankly I was so good at as a Jordan Peterson like podcaster. They were convinced. But
did you do
no, I just did a little laugh effect.
Peterson?
no, I didn't do that. I did a laugh, but we played a clip here, but saying things like I believe 25 push-ups a day keeps the COVID away, that kind of things, and the audience was. But Quarter Life Crisis is great. Cade and RB3 put together this film because they're interviewing real people who are giving their real testimony of life, and it's this, hey, I'm turning 25. Can you help me make a better version of myself? But it's mixed with also acting, full-on acting scenes. It's a fantastic watch, and it got me thinking about some of the stuff like Nathan Fielder and everything. So I'll give it a go. You're all watching the Blathering Live. We're hanging out here for about another 40 minutes on this Super Show edition. I'm gonna I have some leftover pizza, so that's the only thing in the back of my head. But we'll be here for a bit. If you have any calls, you know the drill. Get in here. Be a YouTube channel member or a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Ken Napzok. As I said at the top of the show, adding to my Patreon page some of my classic Groundling sketches from 2000 2002 with
cannot wait
audio. It's a treat to do. I'm gonna record some audio tracks to just kind of go through it and show you the moments in which my career ended. I'll literally pause and be like, that's the thing that pissed Jim Rash off. That thing right there is why I got voted out. But yes.
There are some good things. There are some good things in the deep crevices of Ken's YouTube channel as well, folks. I recently was looking through some of those with a buddy of mine who I was talking to about this show, Ken, and this was there's some good little gems in there from some of the stuff you've got on your YouTube channel where you've got like some of your acting bits. So
yeah,
if as a precursor to that, as a little warm up to that, I implore people to go check out some of the older
go deep into my when I launched YouTube in 2007. I was like, well, this isn't gonna last. I'll never I never forget sitting at a comedy club and a bunch of us just yelling at Harloff and Ellis, you guys are reviewing movies online. What are you, idiots? What are you, dumb? You're wasting your time with this? So that's why I always look forward to the new futures of entertainment and technologies. Just at least check it out. Yeah, Hal Lublin and I were talking on our walk today about the golden era of the Groundlings and just comedy in LA. Hal and I, we should just have that conversation. I don't know if we can have all that conversation on air, but Hal moved here in 2000. I moved here in 98, and just talking about the comedy scene in 2000, 2003, and who you'd be on stage with, or who was working the front desk at an improv theater, who's now one of the biggest sitcom stars in the world, like all that kind of stuff. Fascinating memories. But anyways, that's all going to be up on the Patreon page soon, so follow and support there, but call into the show as well. All right, I'm going to try to take a call. Let's see what this does. I don't. Oh man. I wish I could build. How did I do that?
This is why you got to Ken. This
if
is why we
it
need
would
to have
make your
production
life
meetings
easier,
other than
Ken,
just
I
playing
will
Fortnite.
bow out if you don't want to mess up your whole setup.
Oh, see, I just see.
No. Instead, we'll just take over, just the three of us.
Okay.
We'll just keep Ken in the show.
No. It's good. That's good. It's good. I got to figure out how to keep myself in my own show. I got a call coming in. I want to answer some calls here today. So let's see what does that do? Yeah, see it does that. That's so stupid. StreamYard. Oh, it's me. I haven't taken the time.
It doesn't do the audio only on a 5th.
Well, you have to build that. You have to hide
StreamYard doesn't literally let you do just an audio only. I've done so much work and research into this. This is why I do OBS.
Haven't we done that before, or is it because it was already in there?
You have to do a scene switch trick thing.
Yeah, you hide the camera behind the other camera. So, but because I have more than 2 people on, I don't have it. I haven't taken the time to build it. That way.
You have to build them all out first, and have it set. So there's layers.
When we did Blathering backstage, that first episode, we added people that were audio only. But had you already done that? Is that what it was?
Yes.
You already built it?
Yeah, we already built it. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to try to get Sean on here as I can. But Jared, thank you for checking in tonight. Any other final thoughts, questions, thought starters?
No, thank you for having me. Enjoying the Super Show. If I may, on my way out, other thing that has brought me joy this week, Alden and I just finished the first RPG series we were a part of, Ionized Bastards. The final episode came out today. I feel some kind of way about it because I hate when things end. I said before, I haven't felt this way since I had my last musical performance when I was in high school. Like, I did theater after that, but that final show feeling is... It's heavy, and I felt that way going into the last episode. So yeah, that's my thing. I throw that out there on my way out.
I did not feel that way because I've lived too much life since high school. But I will say, I'm definitely proud of it for sure. I have a very I did it. I'm proud of it, and it's done. And I think I did good work. And I think everyone did good work, and it's over.
Jared's here talking about the end of summer camp, and Alden is just a total whore. Like, no, I do this every summer, guys.
I live a lot of life too. I allow things to be deeply special to me.
Jared's like, I was moved beyond words. At the end of this journey, Alden's like, dude, I got a hand job in high school under the bleachers. I'm good. I
mean, you're not lying, but I'm definitely proud of it. But Jared was, pontificating about it felt like that post show everything, which is a feeling that I definitely know. But in terms of the digital space, I was just I'm really proud of it. People should watch it, and I'm moving on to the next thing.
All right. Well, Jared, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna check it out. Where can we find it?
That is on the All Remaining Systems YouTube channel.
There you go.
Bastards, a Star Wars RPG.
Drop a link in chat. Jared, call it again, and you two could talk about hand jobs under the bleachers.
Oh yeah, I have my fair share of
stories.
There you go. There you go. Jared, the Dark Jedi. You all can catch him there too. The Nerd Academy podcast as well. All right, man. Okay, Okay, hold on. I am determined to do this on air at a camera slot. Okay. Nope. See, that's not right. See, this is why. Oh, no. Custom. I screwed it up. See, look at this. What did you do? I'm the call now. I'm the call. You see, I'm kind of behind
you. The kids are at play.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
I just put the link for the thing that Jared was talking about for the.
I also may have had too much Coors Light. That also could be the problem.
It was one can. What was it? A 16 ounce? It was one 16 ounce.
No,
You're
man.
A Coors man.
24 ounce.
I think I knew that.
I'm not a Coors man. That's the problem.
No, this is where I've been since we've started.
Ellis is a Coors guy, right?
Yeah, and he was here last night. He left one. Steve, on an average episode of Blathering Backstage, which you also be subscribed to the Blathering Backstage, Steve consumes 12 beers. I've heard the rumors.
Drinking coffee with a little rum in it right now.
I don't have a problem, folks. Everything is okay. Seriously, Ken. People in Discord think I get messages from people in Discord. They're like, hey, I hope you're, I'm like, no, I'm fine. It's a bit, guys. I swear, I'm not an alcoholic.
It's a bit.
It's okay.
All right, here's what I'm gonna. No, okay. All right, Sean. All right, we're just gonna do like this. All right, audio. Don't fire up your camera, Sean, if you're in your underpants. Sean's on the show.
Or do.
We're doing calls this way today, and I'll fix that. It's because I'm gonna hyper focus on that till the show grinds to a halt. Sean A from New York, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right, man. I'm glad I put up a good headshot.
You got a great look at that. You got a great head of hair. You got a great beard.
It's looking good.
You're sexy, dude.
What's on your mind, lads?
What's your question today?
My question, right? So, if you had the choice to be chased by any dinosaur that wasn't huge,
oh my God.
Which dinosaur would you rather be chased by?
Real dinosaurs, right?
That's not huge.
Yeah, I mean, you can get out of the way of a brontosaurus, can't you?
Like a microraptor? I'm just looking. Is a velociraptor real? Is it fucking real?
Yes.
They're real. They're just a lot smaller than they are in the movies. They're like
not the way Spielberg wants them to be.
Yeah. They're like dog size, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find one.
I would like to be chased by a triceratops because I just think they're awesome.
Yeah, I'd want to go like toe to toe with a stegosaurus.
Okay, an ankylosaurus. Okay. You remember ankylosauruses? Or I like those ones. I think they're cute. I might try to play with them.
I think they're cute.
Yeah, ankylosaurus.
What is the dinosaur that is the main character in the animated movie Dinosaur that came out when we were like 10 to 12ish years? I mean, I'm a few years older than you all, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The animated Disney dinosaur movie,
CGI movie,
yeah, like they had like little like rounded kind of heads. Those dinosaurs, because they look like soft as shit, so they're not gonna hurt me.
Right. They look soft. This man would look at a dinosaur and say, "You look soft."
That's a soft dinosaur. Come on, that's a soft dinosaur.
Okay, so I've shared the ankylosaurus. Are you telling me that ain't cute? Are you telling me that ain't a cute little dinosaur that you want to just play with and feed peanuts to?
It looks like it's gonna kick your ass, though. Like, look at that thing.
Well, Steve's question was, "What do you want to run away from?" I think I'd choose this because I think I could get it on my side.
The key, though, I think, wouldn't it be to pick an herbivore? That's what you want to do.
Give me those little dinosaurs that like the little girls running from and the opening of Jurassic World 2, because then you can just like punt it if you have to.
Yeah. But then, like Peter Stormare didn't have a good day with those things either.
Pachyosaurus. Let's look up Pachyosaurus. What's a Pachyosaur? Not Pakistan. Pachyosaurus. All right. Let's look up this. Okay. Don't you get political, Steve. Yeah. Okay. I like that answer, Alan. With the round heads. Okay. That might be the key. I think the key to your question, answering your question, Sean, is do they have an intimidating head? That's I think.
You always have to consider the intimidating head, just in general.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
So if my line of questioning didn't give you a hint, I saw that new Jurassic World the other night with my daughter.
Yeah. Okay. And you had a good time. Yes.
It was absolutely fantastic. Saw Perry. She sends her love.
Okay. But you're not embargoed because you're not reviewing the movie. But without
I'm not reviewing. It's
no. I'm saying without ruining my channel in the eyes of that company. You describe your feelings about it. Not the plot, but the feeling.
It's a fun popcorn flick. The perfect start to the summer, brother.
Okay.
Nice.
Summer of dinosaurs and Superman, everybody. I think we're looking for a good summer. The world might be on fire, but we're gonna have a good summer in the theaters.
It was a great night, man.
How are the human characters? Because that's kind of the juice. You need good human characters, which is maybe what the previous trilogy was maybe lacking to a certain degree.
There were some connections made.
That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I love Scarlett Johansson. I like Jonathan Bailey. I think it's a good group, so excited to check it out.
Love that.
Yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it.
Awesome, Shawnee. And how was Gareth Edwards? He spoke. You said you were there for the Q&A, right?
Yeah, I got to meet him right quick, and I completely fangirled meeting Frank Marshall. And I think the best part of the night was my daughter's reaction to all that. Was seeing me just turn into a kid, and oh my god, and what an amazing man. Very cool dude. I actually joked with him because growing up, my favorite movie was Arachnophobia, and my last deployment to Afghanistan, I ended up getting bit by a spider, and now I have arachnophobia. We had a good chuckle over that for a minute.
Oh, you told him that? Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. I shared that with him, and he had a good little chuckle. He's like, "Well, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice to our country."
Yeah. That's fantastic. Did you ever run into the camel spiders?
Yeah, we had them fighting scorpions in Kuwait.
See, oh my God, my friends who were over there too would tell me about the camel spiders, and I'm not arachnophobic, but I would have nightmares over it.
Oh, fun times. Fun times.
You had them fighting scorpions. Did you mean like you were like Thunderdome?
Pitting them against each other?
Oh, yeah. We would put them in a cardboard box and You know.
Oh my god. Okay, please. Okay, so what is the
placing
going
bets.
rate? What is the going rate? So like, is it like 8, 5, 10, $12? Are you betting like MREs? Like, what is the? What? Tell me what the going rate is on a, and who is favored between a scorpion?
On the illegal
please
spider
tell me.
fight.
Yeah.
It's like Gene Hackman and Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah.
I mean, depending on their size. You know,
Yeah.
the camel
who won
spiders would
more
get a bit
often,
of an
the spider
advantage,
or the
but
scorpion.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Who won more often, just generally?
Let's just say that I came home on the plus side
Okay.
after betting on some scorpions.
Sean was the
Scorpions. Okay, so scorpion. All right.
Scorpions. Oh, okay.
For future reference, take the scorpion. Got
Okay,
it.
always take the
Good
scorpions.
to know.
Of course, the band Scorpions.
Yes,
Of course.
yes, yeah.
That's what
It
we're
was
talking
literally
about. The band Scorpions
one.
was fighting spiders.
Yeah, one camel spider and the band the scorpions. Sean, I appreciate you sharing all the answers and hanging out with us, buddy.
All the best, guys.
All right, there you go. Shawnee, check it in. Shawnee, check it in.
Love that.
Love that stuff there. We got
And Scorpions, underrated. Underrated, I will say. At least in
I
my
have
opinion.
no hot scorpion take other than not my style of band, but it
gonna say
doesn't mean they're
properly
not good. Doesn't mean they're not good.
I saw Scorpions on their farewell tour with
you did.
Rat as the opener. And so it
LA
was
Guns
Scorpions
around? Okay.
and Rat. No, there were no LA Guns were not involved. And it was hosted by Miami's classic rock station, the same station I would end up working for later on. My entire life is because old men have refused to let go. That has facilitated pretty much everything.
I was about to ask you, where did that concert take place, Alden? Because that is the most
Miami, dude.
central-ish South Florida sounding concert ever. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the people were delightful. Let me tell you, great crowd.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, farewell tour is right. Has anyone ever done a farewell tour once, done it, stuck to it, and disappeared?
That's a great question. I was at the first Kiss one, right? So 96, that didn't hold.
96 is the reunion.
Yeah, it wasn't farewell. It was reunion.
And then
yeah.
they did Psycho Circus. And then 2000, they did The Last Kiss.
Right.
Which was supposed to be the end.
Yeah.
And now it's 2025, and they are about to go digital with this ILM Kiss that will live forever.
Elton's done, right? We'll see if Elton's actually done. He's done in America, right?
That's true.
Done touring, right? Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's done in America too, at least. So we'll see. You know.
Yeah.
I'm typing that in. I'm seeing if I can get that one going.
Yeah, like what bands have actually said it and stuck to it. Scorpions did not stick to it. They came back after that. The Rolling Stones has never billed a tour, I think, as the last one, to my knowledge.
No, they're gonna go until Mick can't do it anymore. Like, yeah.
Aerosmith had to abruptly retire, so they didn't even get one.
Mm-hmm.
They called.
Yeah. That's part. Yeah. No, there's Cher embarked on a farewell tour in 2002. Elton John, Motley Crue. There's more of it's like pro wrestling. It's more like pro wrestling. It's the you never really retire.
No one's ever really gone.
I'm even going to the wilds of Reddit, and people can't really provide an answer. Yeah, I know.
Be careful.
Here's a spin-off question to that, Ken and Steve. I'm curious. Steve, you watch wrestling?
Just to be totally again, I'm all for love is love. You guys do your thing. My wrestling knowledge, Alden. My wrestling knowledge stops after Rock went people's, like, he went from people's elbow to corporate elbow, and then he went back to people's elbow. So like right around like 2000, that is when my wrestling knowledge just stopped. Because I lived in a place in the world where, like, at that point, I was like, I had to go to a place where, like, okay, I can only do so many nerd things and still get away with, like, talking to girls at this point. So like Star Wars, comic books, wrestling, it was like pick 2 of 3.
But there's girls
because
in
I still had enough sports. But wrestling at that point was like so, like, I'm just saying, at my age group and my age group in the year 2000, 2001.
Well, you know, like
the terrorists killed wrestling. Like at that point, 2001 is time we got into other stuff. Yeah.
Unlike those other things too, though, it was dangerous to show a girl wrestling, and I mean that in a serious way. Like it's like you could be like, I read comics, I like manga, I like whatever, but like wrestling was outright disrespectful to the girl demographic. So it was just like, it was harder. Now you could be like, wow, look at these women having cool matches.
Right. All we had was
like broad panties matches and
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the broad panties matches.
It was not for the female.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, you're an animal. So and then
for sure,
I had to that, and that's where the sports came in. So like as a young kid, the sports were my anchor to like still being able to not be that pariah.
Yeah. No, I guess I asked because I wasn't going to ask a wrestling specific question. I just knew wrestling.
But please, no, do your thing. No, don't.
No, because I was going to ask like for both of you, whether it's sports or whatever, what have been the best final bows that you've ever witnessed? You have to have witnessed it live, but like, what are the best retirement matches, retirement games, retirement concerts? Like,
Derek Jeter's
like, oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah,
Derek Jeter's final game. I think he went like 5 for 5 and won the game in his final at bat. Couldn't have written it better. He won.
Badass.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, because a lot of times it doesn't. In sports, my guy Dan Marino got pulled at halftime in a game they lost 62-7 in the playoffs and never played again. Like
that was his final. Did he know?
No, there was thoughts. No, he thought there was a chance he was going to go play in Minnesota and everything, but then he ended up doing that. My guy, Don Mattingly, is back, retired, but he took a year off and he thought maybe come back. He never did. Jeter. You know what? I'll shout out Cody Decker, who retired minor league baseball, retired with a home run in his final at bat, which Ted Williams also did as well. It's like one of only it's like 2 in all of professional baseball. And Cody retired. He knew he was going to retire, and he hit a home run, final bat, retired on the way home to the final plate.
Will McLean is right here. Sting, I've talked about it a little bit before. Those of you that don't know, Sting wrestled into his 60s. He had what looked like a forced retirement in 2015. He took a turnbuckle bomb in a singles match, and it looked like that surgery was going to put him on the shelf. He comes back in AEW during the pandemic era. So all signs pointed to they just need a ratings pop during the pandemic. Like it did not look like it was going to be a good run. No disrespect to him or anybody involved. But when an old guy walks in with no crowd, you're kind of like, oh boy, like, is this going to be entertaining? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he had maybe the best nostalgia run of all time. It was insanely well booked. He made everyone look like gold. His last match was he did stuff that a 60-year-old man should not be capable of, and it was a beautiful ending.
Hey, we're
in the arena of his choice. Not yet, Kat. Not yet, buddy. Not yet.
Almost there.
Although I believe you could do a ladder spot. You could do it.
Yeah, maybe. Vulcan Nerd JMB says Ken is looking to touch warm now. See the glistening now. Can we take a second to make sure he's okay? I'm okay.
The glistening.
That's why I stood up, because I had to turn my fan up to full fan volume.
We did the same.
It's like 95 today here in Burbank too. It's the first real hot day, and the studio's extra hot. And I'm having this beer. And Hal, Hal and I went for a 5-mile walk today in 90-degree weather. Are we heroes? Yes. The answer is yes. We did it. Cal Ripken's last game's good one. Yes, we do.
Cal Ripken's last game. I would have said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Finish.
Oh, I was gonna say I would have said Shawn Michaels' last match at WrestleMania 26 against The Undertaker, the duology of Mania 25 and 26, both 5 stars. Both could be, you could pick either of them for the greatest match maybe ever, especially if you're just singles. And then he did a tag match in Saudi.
It's that Saudi money, man.
He did a tag match. And he knew he shouldn't have. They all regret it. Triple H won't even talk about it. He jokes. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." Like they go in, they do this tag. Triple H's pec goes in the first 5 minutes. Kane is super gassed. Taker can't walk, and bald Shawn Michaels has to put all 3 of them on his back, and he did okay. Yeah. But God, I don't know why you ruin an ending like that.
The money aside, but I think particularly with wrestling, being around wrestling for so long, it's hard to let go. It's hard, and you can find a way to get in there and do it. There's so many people from the indie level up above that it's that one more match. It's why The Wrestler is such a great movie, and it plays as a documentary to me. There's always that one more last gasp of glory. We would sit people down. We'd sit people down in our locker room and be like, "It's done, man," and they'd still go for 6 years. And one of my former wrestlers I know, like he was done for a while and came back, took a bad bump in a battle royal in front of 10 people, has suffered a severe injury, had to have immediate spine surgery. He's walking, he's used to things, but like, and he should have been out of the ring for 12 years. So it's hard. It's really sad. It's tragic.
He went back after it.
This just happened. Yeah, it just happened.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, it's like, what are you? What? No. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know him that much anymore. But it's like he's a good dude too. But it's crazy, like he's gone on to other things, and it's like, and all he does, he kind of took a bad bump and hit his, almost Dale Earnhardt himself, almost Dale Earnhardt himself, and it's sad.
Part of it too is that everybody thinks they could be the one where it works out, like Sting. And like you look at like Mania 25 also had promoting the wrestler. Mickey Rourke was gonna wrestle, then he couldn't, then he was, then he couldn't because the Oscars and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So they did the handicap of Snuka, Piper, and Steamboat against
Steamboat
J. And like Snuka couldn't move really well. Piper was okay. He had the punching spots and everything. He's always entertaining. But then Steamboat went, and he went so hard that they booked him again for Raw the next night.
Yeah, the next night was a great match,
and it was super good
with Jericho. Yeah. And our buddy, funny. We talk about wrestling and old guys, and here's Adam Knight, who was at a match last night. But it's different.
Hey.
Adam's my age group, and he's been wrestling for 25 plus years. Adam's still in good shape. Nothing looks. You don't watch a clip of his, and he shared a clip with me last night. Great pile driver. You don't watch it and go, "Oh, it's not that feeling you're talking about that Saudi match." And Adam knows it, and I'm joking with it, but like there's guys in the locker room or gals, a lot of folks in there. You're like, you're having trouble getting in there, and Adam's not. He had a great pile driver last night. So Adam, you still got it. You still got it.
Are there any for either of you guys or anyone in the chat that are not related to athletics? I'm curious about that. Is there a comic that's come back way later, an actor that's come back way later, a writer that's come back way later? Because I think about it sometimes with like comic books of how, like, no disrespect to the old timers, but like a lot of comic book old timers, they have their time and then it's over. Like Stan wasn't making new characters in the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? Like it's like it was over.
It's a great question. I don't have.
Carlin, maybe. I mean, you watch that doc, and he definitely had not that he was ever done. It wasn't retired, but like there was a comeback.
Murphy had a really long age spot where you saw nothing from him. I feel like even Adam Sandler had kind of a gap there where he had, like, before the Netflix boom, Sandler didn't really make anything. But I feel like Eddie Murphy had kind of a big, especially from a stand-up standpoint. He stopped doing stand-up for forever.
Yeah.
But so that's one. That's like the first one I thought of that wasn't athletic.
As far as coming back and not, is your question? But then came back and shouldn't have come back, or should have?
Came back and it was good. Came back and it was good because we started with retirement, but then we started talking about returns. So
Sean mentioned too, Chappelle's another one.
Robert Downey Jr. is a great call. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. Like that frames it. That frames it a little differently too. Okay.
Yeah.
And RDJ coming. I mean, his was a little, shall we say, forced out of the game and back into it. That's a great question. I mean, there's a lot of folks who come back. Yeah, Carlin came back angry, but.
So much easier to do this in sports.
Yeah. But that's the thing too about arts is I retired 3 times from stand up. Hell, I was talking Hal today. I have not written a sketch since December of 2002 because I got scared out of it. So maybe I can have a comeback too. I don't know.
Not to question your own knowledge of your own life, but do you not count like any of the digital stuff that you guys wrote as the same kind of sketch writing? Because then you guys did some sketches when you had like Verizon money, right? Like, weren't you guys doing
but I was more the head writer, so you were just none of it was to my original.
It wasn't like authored by you. Yeah.
I mean, some of it was, but like a lot, even the ones that like Jeremy Johns and I would do the movie fans with a Z, the movie reviewers from 1999. That was all improv, so it's like I don't necessarily count that.
Sure.
But yeah, but no, in terms of just sitting down, writing a sketch, putting up on stage, yeah, I haven't done that.
You could argue, thinking about stand-ups, like you could argue that Steve Martin retires from that line of work at the peak of his powers and has had a few different returns. Because when I was a kid, Steve Martin was cheaper by the dozen, doing family films with less edge than earlier stuff he did in film. And then he's had another resurgence now on Hulu with Only Murders. So he's had a few like, I'm done with this and I'm doing this now type end of one era, beginning of the next, that he's, because artists don't really call it as much as that, Steve Martin's one of the few people that's like, I'm done with this activity, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, I think he's never gone full back to stand up, but he's gone damn well close enough, including, he's been up on the stage at the Comedy Store. I think he lost a bet and he had to do a set, and I wasn't there that fucking night. And
haven't him and Martin Short done like some like show, like variety show things on the road or something together?
Yes, they do.
It's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And it's great. But yeah, in terms of stand up, but yeah, he, I saw him do Bluegrass twice, and he did comedy between every song. Like it was an amazing thing to watch, because at that point, it's like 2009 or 10 when I was seeing him. He had not taken it. You weren't seeing him on stage, other than maybe he hosted or presented at something, but and it was a guest on a talk show or Saturday Night Live, but like in that kind of live capacity, and it was amazing to watch him. So, but yeah, I think that's a great example of someone walking away. You mentioned Murphy. Did he get back on stage as a stand-up? Did that finally happen?
I thought he did something on Netflix. I thought Murphy did something on stand-up, something somewhat, maybe in the last few years. I don't know, man. Everything's COVID. Everything's been black hole.
Yeah, but I think before COVID, yeah, you're right. I don't have my memory. There was this period of time. It was weird. Rumors were circulating around the store that Eddie was going to drop by and do a set. And so I'd get this text from Ellis like, "Hey, stand by. You might want to come up tonight." Like that kind of thing. And I can't remember if it happened.
That's like it was like, hey, MJ's gonna come up and like play like some at the Y here, like by nearby.
Up,
come watch. Yeah, exactly.
In February, there were people that were, I can't remember who was billed, like who was on the bill for the night at the Comedy Cellar in New York. It was the week of SNL 50, and they didn't know that there was going to be a multi-person drop-in, somewhat rehearsing for 50, and they got these people got, for no extra charge, Steve Martin, Martin Short, John Mulaney, Chris Rock, Ray Romano, and Leslie Jones, that all came in together. They walked in as a group. Imagine that. That's insane.
I'm telling you, man, the best part, and you took a swing through the store on a quieter night, but it's like you just if you go to the store, if you go to the Improv, you go to those big clubs, and I'm sure in New York absolutely too, and other clubs as well, but it's those two epicenters. It's pretty awesome. And I've told the story here, but my friend Dan Farron in the 70s, being at the store one night when like Pryor, Robin Williams, David Letterman, Leno were all doing stuff. Carlin does a drop in. Like, it's insane to think that. Same to think that. We've reached the goal. Thank you for the super chat goal tonight here. Appreciate that, everybody. Helping keep the channel grow here. We're here for about 10 more minutes.
Did you promise them anything for the goal? Are you going to take your shirt off?
I just finished the promises. I'll finish the month strong with this humble channel. That's all. I appreciate you all out there constantly supporting what we do here anytime. Blathering backstage.
We'll make it sexy at some point. Don't worry. It'll happen.
You would make it sexy? You want to make it sexy?
Hey, I'm doing my best over here.
Steve is sexy.
I'm trying.
Steve's hair really is carrying right now. Do we have any like R&B lovemaking in the media here? No, we don't. I'm looking at the chat. We have Feeding the Ducks as a track. That's a track name.
I don't know. At this point,
what the hell are you looking at? I'm missing so much context.
I know what you trying to encourage me to do? What are you encouraging me to do?
Scroll down.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are on your. No, I'm not.
I don't know.
Well, it's because
I didn't putting those in. But my point is, what are you trying to get at?
And I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know what the goal was, and so I was like, okay, are you gonna like? You're throwing money at you. Are you gonna deliver?
I'm not.
Some way?
Correct. I'm not promising anything. I don't want to dangle the carrots. I just want to get support so that eventually, the way I'm looking.
Ken buys more pizza.
The great deal last night at Domino's. I'm gonna have it for the next 3 days. I think by November I'll probably be sleeping on my parents' couch. That's probably my living situation come November. So I'm just trying to see if I can push that one more month. That's the goal, Alden. That's the goal. But if you want me to turn it into sexy pants stuff, you let me know.
How are your feet, Ken?
They're
really like seriously though. Like if you had to rate, I'm just saying.
No one's gonna buy my feet. Who's gonna buy my feet? You find me 10 people who are gonna buy my feet. I'll consider it.
Ken,
are you on WikiFeed?
Swear to God,
some of your former coworkers?
No, I already looked it up. He's not on WikiFeed. No, we did this. We did this like a week and a half ago. We did this a week
because the WikiFeed people they sifted through the Collider office.
I'm sure. They go everywhere. The WikiFeed people are better than our current intelligence agency. I'm not even kidding. Like let's not be wrong. Like they know shit. But Ken, if you honest to God look down at your feet and think these are better than a 5 out of 10, then you're literally losing money.
Where am I?
Just be honest with yourself. Be honest.
Where am I selling the feet? OnlyFans? Like what are you talking about? What are you proposing,
Ken? The internet is like 60. It's 60% people paying for pictures of feet and other things. We can figure this out.
Again,
I'm just saying.
Where's the platform? That's what I want to know.
Fansly, OnlyFans, all these things that are like
we could do. You can sell. You know what I mean? You can sell risque stuff on Patreon.
There you go.
I know. Who do you think I'm subscribed to? I'm kidding.
You just make a burner account for just the feet. If, like I said, again, if we're not talking at least over a 5, then we're wasting our time.
I don't know. I guess the problem is I don't know what to consider good feet. I don't like feet, so I don't stare at feet. I'm not.
People's standards are incredibly low.
Do you have somebody, perhaps somebody of the opposite persuasion that you trust, that would give you an honest foot review?
All right. When like Tuesday, I'm going to meet up. I'm going to meet up Tuesday with Miro and Darina.
Perfect.
I'm trying to make some. I'll ask them.
Yeah,
I'll ask them.
Just be like,
I'll ask them to consider.
Ladies.
Report back.
Maybe don't say ladies when you introduce the topic. Just maybe don't start with ladies. I take that back.
Would you like to see some feet?
Okay. Bros, even. I feel like,
hey, Ken, like I said, there's a dude in my general region just going around giving people money for feet pics. So you can.
We covered that story.
Yeah.
Creepo.
Yeah. That's
but
what I'm saying.
Not a creepo.
But he's not either though. He's very respectful and nice, and everyone says he's very polite and all that.
When you say there's a guy in my area, have you had an encounter?
No, we covered this on the last show with Ken. Like there's a social media phenomenon going on around where I live, where several young women, not even just young women, have been approached by this same guy, either in the grocery store or at the whatever store, walking in the park. Hey, can I take pictures of your feet? And so one girl said yes, one girl said no, and one girl said for $80, sure, and then boom, she made $80.
When I was working at Trader Joe's, there was somebody that I worked with who was constantly like traveling, doing all this stuff, and like I knew enough about her to know like, okay, I've worked here longer than you. I know I'm making at least a little bit more than you, and you're buying all these like plane tickets. Like
you're just.
I was not ranked. I was still crew. But I was like
still crew.
I was like, what's going on here? So I just straight up asked her one day. I was like, hey, can I ask you something personal? She was like, yeah, of course. I'm like, where do you get all your side cash? I was like, I'm sorry if it's like, I hope it's not, anything illegal like that I'm putting you on the spot. And she was like, oh, dude. She's like, I made $300 the other day because some guy asked me to send him a video of me stepping on a banana. Barefoot. Okay. So her barefoot crushing a banana, 300.
If you could find the marketplace for me, because what you all are talking about here, I'm just going to be honest, is weird, creepy straight dudes who like to see these kind of videos. By the way, if banana feet crushing is your kink, we're not here to judge here. The Blathering,
love is love.
Kink away.
Love is love.
Love is love. Crush those bananas,
much like
or have someone crush them for you.
Banana crushing.
Banana crush. But I'm just saying. I know gay guys. I'll ask them. I'll ask a couple of my gay friends. Look at these feet. Do you think anyone in your world's going to want to buy this feet? I don't think there's a marketplace for me as some of the examples you're talking about. Trader Joe's girl, marketplace.
There's no harm in getting a quote, Ken.
Getting a quote, exactly. And like, look, I think that you are underestimating your own value. And even if, let's assume that you are let's assume that your estimation of your own attractiveness is correct, which I think you're probably more attractive than you're giving yourself credit for, buddy. I think you're swell. They don't have to see anything except shin down.
Exactly.
As long as shin down is on point, they don't need to know.
I get it. I used to work in indie wrestling. The amount of poor indie wrestling girls who have to sell custom matches or send their ring-worn socks to make... I've been around it. I'm just saying, I don't think there's a marketplace for me. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you guys have suggested I just go get into the fuck pictures, that's a different conversation. No. Vivid's down the street. Ron Jeremy's in jail. There's an open spot. I'll do
They're hiring writers?
No.
I don't think anyone's buying your bathwater,
like
Ken. But I think the feet you have, there's enough anonymity there that you have a real chance. If we have an objective assessment that your feet are at least a 5 on a scale of 10, those are profit-making piggies.
Okay, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes. I'm just saying I need a PowerPoint presentation.
At this point, me and Owen get at least a 10% cut. By the way,
sure. Be my feet.
People
my
would
feet
actually
agents.
be. People would actually be stunned to know how many private text conversations with Ken and I devolve into maybe we'll just do blank.
Careful.
Usually blank is something degrading.
Careful.
Blank is something
I'm so glad I only talked to Ken on Discord.
Okay. I have nothing but respect for the talent of Haley Williams. Be careful.
Of course. Our last conversation was perfectly respectful. It was just us bemoaning that we are not hanging out in the valley with the Hyam sisters.
Yeah,
That's it.
God, that legitimately, Alden, you need to move out here. We need to just go to the bars and look for the Hyam sisters. Like, this is unbelievable.
I know, man. I know.
I learned last night, Steve. The Hyam sisters are like all single. I think maybe that's changed a little bit, but they got their new album. I Quit. They're promoting it. They're doing an interview, and they're like, "Yeah, we've all been single, and we were all driving around L.A. cruising bars." And I'm like, "Where was I? Where was I?"
I'm a family man.
You know where you are, Ken. You know where you were. You were either at home or you were on the store patio.
Playing Fortnite.
Don't say where was I like you don't know.
Fortnite.
You're on Fortnite Island.
Okay. All right.
Who? The Hyam sisters?
The Hyam sisters.
LEQ, the Hyam sisters. Hyam is a great band. If you have not listened to them, you should check them out.
Okay. All right. Claudia is saying, hold on. I got information. You guys need to hear this, okay? I have a friend who's a reality TV producer and worked on a series where they did an episode about this. The feet people make so much money. We're not talking pretty feet. OnlyFans it up. Claudia, you're not helping here. Claudia, you're probably going to be there for Drinks Tuesday, right? If not, you're invited. I want you to judge on my feet, too. I'm game.
Claudia.
I'll give Steve somewhat of a percentage.
All right. So here's what I'm doing right now. I'm writing on this note card, Jen, Dorina, Claudia, and then I want you to report back to me with the scores that they give your feet. We'll tabulate.
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10.
We'll write 1 out of 10, and we'll figure it out. And if we get an average of 5 between these 3 scores, then we're open up Blather fans.
Okay.
I've joked about doing any fans for the longest, but I just don't know if there's a market for grizzled guy and less grizzled guy. But you never know.
Here's the thing: is we're going to a bar, obviously for drinks, but I'm not going to do it in the bar. So we're gonna. Someone driving by is going to see 3 girls huddled around a pudgy dude in an alley taking his shoes off. It's going to look weird, but we're going to do it. I'm doing a show Tuesday, no blathering Monday night. I got to go to the premiere of Doug the Feds with our buddy Billy Patterson. Tuesday I'll do a quick show, then I'll go have drinks, and Thursday we'll do the update. So Alden, if you're around Thursday, pop back in.
Thursday I will stop by. And look, man, you're talking about an alley in Hollywood with 3.
No, Burbank.
I was going to say
calm down, Burbank.
All right. You're not going to get drinks in Hollywood, man. I guess that's
no one fucking goes to Hollywood.
It's a big ask, I guess, to get you to leave your kingdom. The kingdom of Burbank.
I am the king of Burbank. All right, so we'll do this. All right, I will do this. Claudia, Jed Miro, Dorina, DJ Bruja. Yes. They're going to judge my feet. And maybe I'll just have them call in, too. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Thursday, I'm going to get the 3 of them to call into the show. Thursday will be the great feed off.
If you get a picture of them looking at your feet too, Ken, go ahead and get that because that'll only you can
sell
throw that
that.
in. That'll only exactly.
I'm gonna prove that this is not an act.
Exactly.
You combine the voyeur market with the feet market.
Exactly. I'm just trying to be a good producer.
Especially if you start throwing in descriptors like goth, witch.
Oh yeah, the alt text on that image. The alt text on that picture could be so hot. Ken. Okay. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. So when I was on the morning show in the '90s, me and my co-host were two inexperienced men when it came to dating and love and life. So we decided on air to each start to pick Russian brides, and we were going to order them. And the only thing that stopped us from ordering Russian brides was we got fired. So no one's going to fire us here. So if the bit starts,
were you trying to use the station credit account? Like what were you doing?
No. And we didn't get fired because of that. We just got laid off, and I ended up on the overnights and this and that. But like our morning show got canceled. That was the only reason we didn't continue the journey on ordering Russian brides.
That Russian bride, now the first lady of the United States.
That's right. Sorry. All right,
Hey.
I'm out of here. Hugo's marking his calendar. We're gonna do this. This has been the Super Show you all deserved. That it ended with my feet being pimped off, and we'll see what happens here.
Everyone was engaged.
A great engagement. I mean, here LQ's my favorite. LQ she's one of the more dignified people in our audience. She just kind of lingers, and all of a sudden, at one point in the show, something will bring her out. And it was both the Hyam sisters and my feet. So I think you guys did some great work today on the show. We'll get back to things. This is exactly what I dreamed up. When I started, it was like when I did the blathering. What am I doing on this show? I'm talking about fuck pictures and feet. This is what we're doing. All right.
Look, man, if the whole theme of the last couple months has been, Ken, a little looser, a little more free, like welcome to 2025, man.
There you go.
This is normal.
There's OQ. All right. This is great. Like you said, due to some schedule changes of a quick show Tuesday, big show Thursday, and we'll solve the feet thing. Producer Steve, you better goddamn be there for that. You started all this. And then we'll have some fun. Yeah. What?
This coming Thursday?
Oh, Steve has got a baby.
What do you have? What do you have?
I got to take my kid to swim practice.
This better be good. It's going to be something really good. It's going to be
it's literally it's the 4th of July family reunion we do every year.
Fuck family.
I'm literally
talking about
here's
feet
the thing.
on the internet.
Here's the thing. Ken, listen.
Yep.
I'm going to be on the road. I'm literally going to be driving. So I can participate. I'm just not going to be able to be bells and whistles or anything. And not that I've done anything bells and whistles in weeks.
Look,
but
here's the thing.
I can call in. I'll be there. I can be there.
Wherever
I'll
you
be on
get
the road.
to. Yeah, wherever you get to, pull over, or you're at the barbecue spot, whatever you're at. Go in the closet. StreamYard's on your phone. Prop it up.
Yeah,
we'll solve this.
All right.
Okay,
we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Look at your beautiful.
If anything, that'll give me anything to do. It'll give me something to do for.
Tell your wife,
and now,
sweetheart, I need you to drive so I can look at Ken's feet.
No, that's
Vermont,
fine.
Vermont,
that's fine. I'll ask my 7-month pregnant wife to be like, "Hey, babe, I need you to do stuff for me while I do my silly internet show." Yeah,
that's reasonable.
Exactly. Vermont Mike's volunteering to voice over the foot fetish videos. This is it. This is what we do here. So that's the schedule for this week. That is the schedule for this week. I forgot about 4th of July this weekend.
I'm definitely. We'll do some backstage stuff probably in between now and then. Okay. Yeah, I know you're gonna do a show Tuesday. I might do some backstage stuff between now. I got an itch to do play some Star Wars games on backstage.
Okay.
We've been talking about that.
We'll do
that.
that.
Might be doing some of that.
Alden, if you could be here Thursday night, get on back in here for the feet and more. But anytime next week, next Friday. And check out our last week's episode. The last 2 weeks' episodes, really proud of what we've done, but the numbers kind of climbing up over there at any time. So check it out here on this YouTube channel or the podcast feed and all that good stuff. And then, Alden, are you cooking up something? Can we talk about it yet? Have you announced anything?
Octo, I haven't announced the name of it yet, but the Star Wars show is coming back under a new name, a new vibe. I'm calling it Gloves Off. Like it is going to be, it's going to be a little edge to it, a little punch.
A little feet to it. All right. A little kick.
Maybe.
There you go. Kick. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm thinking about Fortnite. There's feet on my screen. All right. That's what I'll be in a little bit. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.